Oh, no way, with the new one? I gotta hear this shit.
Well, hello everybody. We're live.
Um,
Popcorn is good. I love Law. I think you're right. I should totally get his hand tattoos.
yeah.
I still think it would be a better idea to maybe only do that when I don't necessarily need to rely on a in-person job, but
You
yes,
silly goose. It's just makeup to cover them.
I could use makeup. I've also considered fingerless gloves, but those are kind of dorky.
What?
Fingerless gloves?
What about him? Stop! You're not getting the popcorn! Don't stick your paw in the bag! You whore! No more popcorn! You're a little baby.
For
I should only fit you just a tiny bit.
fingerless gloves for covering up the tattoos.
I mean, sure. No, but I'm sorry, you can have more.
I wonder why my mini feed isn't updating. Is there a way to refresh the mini feed?
Oh.
Because I've noticed that Twitch itself shows uh my new follows, but my mini feed doesn't.
Hmm? He's looking at me like so disappointed that I'm not sharing my popcorn with him anymore. No. Stop it. Stop. Stop it. Stop it. Ah! Ah!
Yeah, it should be.
Going around the bag does not mean you're gonna get it any easier. Stop. Big strip. Stop it.
Let's do a test follow. Okay, yeah, there's that. Okay, so that's working. It's just my feed isn't updating on. The mini feed isn't updating for some reason. Yeah, there's that old follow I got. Working just fine. Why am I getting an echo again? So yeah, if I do that, there's no sound. Why am I hearing it like 5 times? Why?
But
Every time my notification thing goes off, it's like twice. It's doubled.
hmm.
Here we go. Here's a support article. Make sure to do this for every browser source in all scenes. Ah, I see. I see. I see what's going on. Yeah, shutdown when not visible. That's on for everything. How's everybody doing tonight?
Yeah, how's my dude tonight? I'm doing okay. I took a nap. More like a rest.
Okay, but I want this in the Streamlabs one itself. Global settings. It's repeating itself in the background either on my computer or in the streaming software. Which is weird because I have it muted. Okay, let me test something. Okay. Huh. Here, Lena, can you watch stream real quick and tell me something?
Don't touch that. Okay, on stream.
Okay, so now it's echoing again. Never mind on that. That's not it. And the echo got worse even. Hmm.
No, do it one more time. I didn't hear any echo.
You didn't hear an echo in stream itself?
I'll do it one more time. Oh, no, I hear it now.
It got worse somehow. Okay. Properties.
Give it 1 sec.
Control audio. Done. Let's try this.
Oh goodness, I'm not looking at stream.
Now it's just silent. Monitor and output. Okay, let's try that. Okay, go ahead and make sure you're watching. Let's test it one more time.
Okay. I'm good.
Snails pop. Yeah! Okay, we've got that figured out then. Sorry for the delay. I guess let's go ahead and get into the game. I'm just happy to have that figured out, because that's been something that's been bugging me for a bit.
Forget to share your screen.
I did, you're right. Sorry about that.
Don't touch it. Not touchy.
No touchy.
I love you, but you're not getting any more popcorn. He's like, but why? Why do you get to have it, but not me?
But why, mother? All right. Let's get back into our court case, the final case of the game. Sorry, Edgeworth. I didn't mean to get you in trouble. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I said I was starting stream early. I made sure to announce it to everybody.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure we'd actually be able to finish it in time. We weren't running like super late.
Exactly. This is my problem, not yours. I literally sent an at everyone.
Yes.
On Discord. Do you see the announcement page? Do you have that muted? Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. They were about to kiss. Oh, guess I am. I'll come back later. Wait, Detective Gumshoe, what is it? You've got a lot of nerve, pal, making a detective run all around while on duty. And to top it off, you call me here. I've seen happier people at funerals. I take it Lana's having you run errands again. You see it, you just don't read it? Well, there you go. Let me tell you, this is the last time, pal. Here, she asked me to give this to you if there was a break in today's trial. Evidence law? Edgeworth was talking about this just the other day. You must know the 2 rules of evidence law. Rule number 1. Evidence shall be shown without the... No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department.
Right? No.
It seems so.
Could at least study some evidence law. Really?
The chief prosecutor also wanted me to give you a message. A message? She said, if you're planning to take him on, you're gonna need this book. You're playing Breath of the Wild on Master Mode? Hell yeah, dude. How's it going? Him. I guess I'll need to give this book a thorough read. Doesn't look like that book will do you any good now, though. I can't believe there's only 2 laws to this. Mm-hmm. I see. That second rule is gonna bite me in the ass. That's what I'm getting from this. I'm also understanding that I have been extremely lucky at this point because I don't have any of my evidence registered, apparently. Ever. In any of these cases. So good thing everything is just like always relevant, right? God bless your soul. You thought you could take on the Great Plateau, Lionel? Oof. That's not how this works, buddy. All that's left now is the chief prosecutor's sentence. That's where you're wrong, detective.
Yeah.
Huh? Oh, Gumshoe. Of course you got obliterated. It's a fucking Lionel on Master Mode. Haven't you figured it out yet? Why I'm still sitting in that prosecutor's seat? Despite all these allegations being thrown at me. Mr. Edgeworth! The real trial today hasn't begun yet. What? What else is there left to do? Your credibility's been all... What?
It's the same. Gumshoe. How the fuck is it not actually begun?
I know, right? Your credibility's been all but ruined with this forged evidence you were unaware of. Emma Scott found out she unwittingly caused a man's death. And now, you're telling me you want to do more? You gotta be kidding me, pal. You're missing the point, Detective. Alana didn't murder Detective Goodman. She merely stuck a knife into his dead body. There it is. That's the big important detail. That means the real killer is still out there. What? And we're going to expose him. No matter what it takes. This case has hurt too many people. It's time to bring it to an end. Yeah, it's hurt us. Our souls are fucking exhausted of this shit.
Yeah.
Is there a little boy running around out here?
In here, yes.
Court will now reconvene for the trial of Miss Lana Skye. Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor. The Inquiry Committee is planning to impose harsh penalties for your actions. Thank you for the news, Your Honor. Yes, well. Normally, this is where the prosecution calls forth a witness. But, this isn't easy to say. You see, there is some concern that you, Mr. Edgeworth, may have, struck a bargain. You think I may have manipulated the witnesses. I didn't say that! It's just, you see, everyone has been talking and... Very well, Your Honor. I have a solution. A solution? That being the case, the prosecution will allow the defense to call forth all further witnesses. What? But there's no precedent for what you're proposing! Undeniably, this is an unusual arrangement. But a very effective one. It would prove that I haven't struck any deals with the witnesses. You almost bought Tanjiro's sword today? Dude, how much money would that have cost you? That's gotta be pricey. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you say? Unbelievable. Edgeworth has found a way to continue the trial. Very well. The defense accepts the prosecution's proposal. Then it's settled. The, defense may now call forth the next witness. Mr. Wright. 160, you had 105? Dude, I don't even have the money for that. You do realize this is your last chance. If you call the wrong witness, this trial is as good as over. The defense calls... The time's finally come to bring out the real murderer. Take that! Damon Gant. The defense calls Damon Gant to the stand. Damon Gant? What does he have to do with anything? As the defendant's partner 2 years ago, Mr. Gant has first-hand knowledge of the crime. I feel we should hear what he has to say about it. As luck would have it, he should still be in the courthouse. He would also be the least likely to have been manipulated by me in any way. Were you right? About almost my... Oh, yeah. No. No. Emma was the killer of Neil Marshall. The detective from, like... Or the prosecutor from, like, 2 years ago. Gant was not the murderer. Wouldn't you agree, Your Honor? No, I'm fucking you. I'm fucking with you. Oh my god.
Yes.
I'm fucking
with them?
with you. Not fucking you. God damn. Slip of the tongue.
You should have just said fucking with them. That would have been a better cover for that.
Well, I just said it wrong. I missed with. I'm messing with you. Damon Gant is the killer. Yes. We don't know who killed Neil Marshall, though. Right now we believe it's Emma. By accident. True. All right, bailiff. Please escort Mr. Gant to the stand. Witness, please state your name and occupation. What is this, some kind of practical joke? I was just on my way to lunch. Your name and occupation, sir. Worthy, are you sure you want to do this? Your name and occupation! So, you want to play hardball, eh? But please, Mr. Gant. Fine. My name is Damon Gant. I'm the acting chief of police. Now then, Chief Gant, the court requests to hear your testimony. Oh, righto. What's with the grim face? First, let's clear up this SL9 incident. Oh, you mean that time when Lana's sister murdered that prosecutor? Personally, I think it's been made pretty clear already. There's still some things unaccounted for. Oh? Like what? Like the role you played in all of this. Son, either you're very brave or very foolish.
Won't be the first time.
You are aware, of course, that a police chief has all kinds of weapons at his disposal. Weapons? Sure. Take my testimony, for example. I don't have to give it if I don't want to. What? Is that true? I'm afraid so. The chief of police has the right to refuse to testify. Of course, such an action carries with it certain risks. Don't worry, I'm not here to hinder your trial. Oh yeah, 13 days until 13 days until something something blah of the kingdom. Just remember, if this turns out to be a big waste of time, don't say I didn't warn you. Very well, the witness may now begin his testimony. As I recall, Neil and I were questioning him that day. Tears of the Kingdom, thank you. To make a long story short, we slipped up. That power outage didn't help either. When I went to my office, I found Lana there. Apparently, she had already arranged the crime scene. As you can see, I had nothing to do with the forgery. Is that when Doc was arrested? Him? He was lying on the floor unconscious. Oof. Oh. When Emma sent Neil flying, it seems Dark bumped his head. I see. Everything seems pretty clear-cut. If the police chief has the right to refuse to testify, then I'd better hit him hard and fast. Questioning him that day. Slipped up. That power outage didn't help either. She had already arranged the crime scene. Nothing to do with the forgery. Do I have any evidence on these? That just gives me that. How can you know that? Because of the victim's body. It had already been moved. So that means... you found the body near Lana's desk. That's right. I think you said earlier. It was my suit of armor that really stabbed the prosecutor. Yes. Anyway... could you tell us what you saw? It was a shocking sight. Neil and that serial killer were lying in a heap on the floor, all tangled together. Dark was also lying collapsed on the floor? Yes, apparently he hit his head and was knocked out. Next to them were those two poor girls, Lana and Emma. Lana was cradling Emma in her arms. Looking back at it now, she must have already known what her sister had done. Ooh, I wonder if I can present that and be like, this was found in your safe. Not sure, though. What do you think, Lena?
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure as well.
So the two of you ran immediately after him, right? That's right, but Dark made it to the elevator first. So Neil and I split up. He went upstairs and I went downstairs. I guess you could say he got lucky. What's this about a power outage? Oh, that! The elevator stopped all of a sudden and I got the shock of my life. Well, probably not as shocked as Neil was when that knife went into his heart, though. That's not funny. So you're saying that the forgery had already taken place by the time you arrived at your office? That's exactly what I'm saying. I can understand how Lana must have felt. But moving a body and hiding evidence are inexcusable no matter what the circumstances. Is that how it really went down? Staring at the witness won't do you any good, Mr. Wright. Ah, if you're going to stare at anything, you'd better be off staring at the court record. Worthy, worthy. Always the smooth talker. Which piece of evidence ties Gant to the forgery? Lana did admit to forging evidence, but that can't be the whole truth. Somehow I've got to link Gant to the incident. I feel like it could be any of these three. There we go. Cool. You claim you had nothing to do with the forgery. But I'm afraid that is a claim you cannot back up. Explain yourself. Several pieces of evidence were found in your office. Take this list, for example. That's the list Emma Skye drew her picture on. This was discovered in your desk. Not only that, but a piece of this jar that was sitting in your office was found inside your safe. It was found where? You see, Chief Gant, these articles of evidence uncovered in your office are both concrete proof that you also played a part in the illegal investigation. Whew. Chief Gant, what's the meaning of this? Oh, here's a defense attorney who may even rival Worthy.
So you admit it then? I'm better than Edgeworth?
So you admit it then? I'm the fucking faster learner between the two of us because, like, he started his career, like, years ago and got this famous by this time, but I started mine about a year ago and I'm already this famous? And Edgeworth is like, right, what the fuck?
Uh-huh.
So you admit to it then? That you were involved in the forgery? Who, me? Or do you mean you? Me? Why would I have anything to do with that? Well, you were the one who snuck into my office when you found this evidence. Prosecutors aren't the only ones capable of forging evidence, you know. Defense attorneys can do so too. Isn't that right, Righto? However,
Fuck you.
Detective Gumshoe was present during the investigation. Were they, my boy? Not even detectives are exempt from the law. Rest assured, Dick will receive his due punishment.
Aww.
That sounds like something you would hear in one of your games.
Excuse you. Goodness gracious.
What?
I just want, sorry, just a little side tangent. I just want everyone to know. What?
Go on.
Just want everyone to know. For some reason I started adopting this mannerism where I'll be like, oh goodness, oh jeez,
Oh,
oh gosh.
goodness.
You know, like, I'm like, why do I talk like this? I'm like, I'm masked so heavily now at work that it's slowly slipping into my normal routine where I'm just like, oh jeez, oh gosh, oh goodness gracious.
Now you see where I get
Like
it.
an old lady. Yeah.
It's just part of the masking. You mask so much, and then eventually it starts bleeding into your actual self. You're like, ew.
Yep. Ew.
What? If Detective Gumshoe's salary drops any further, he'll end up paying to work. Yes, well, in light of the detective's presence, please give us your testimony regarding these pieces of evidence found in your office. and their relation to the forgery that took place at the crime scene.
My. Kids these days no longer know how to put two and two together. Let's see, what was it now? A jar fragment and a list? For all I know, you could have planted them in my office. Anyway, you can't prove when those pieces of evidence were discovered. If they were found after Dark was convicted, then they're worthless. There's no reason I'd participate in a forgery. Rearranging the crime scene wouldn't help me out in any way.
Shit. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? In investigating the crime scene, you should have been more careful to observe protocol.
You do understand that I am the chief of police, right? There will be consequences.
Ooh.
Indeed. I believe I will press charges, so you won't make the same mistake again.
My apologies, Chief, but would you mind waiting until tomorrow for that? Today is, well, you know.
All right, Haji. In return, though.
I know, that place, right? Huh? What are these guys, telepathic? Do they have a history? A secret history that no one should ever find out about.
No one, not even me, wants to find out about that.
Wow, I don't want to find out. Plant them in my office anyway. You can't prove when those pieces of evidence were discovered. It's convicted, then they're worthless. There's no reason I'd participate in a forgery. Rearranging the crime scene wouldn't help me out in any way. Any ideas?
I think it's when those pieces go back.
Good, I'll press on it. What do you mean by that?
This is all purely hypothetical, of course. But suppose I did place those items in my safe. Such an act wouldn't necessarily constitute forgery.
If concealing evidence found at a crime scene isn't forgery...
I'm not through speaking yet, righto. It all depends on when the evidence was discovered.
Are you saying this jar fragment wasn't discovered in the initial investigation?
It would appear not. After all, it wasn't listed in the evidence list. For all we know, it could have suddenly materialized the day after Dark was sentenced.
Oh, and wouldn't that be convenient? Right. The Chief is talking about a possibility. So long as you can't rule that out, your remarks, however clever they may be, will only succeed in wasting time. Tell me something I don't know.
Come now, righto. Think about it.
The evidence list. I'm gonna try it. Nope. Okay, let's press some more before I do anything else. How can you look me in the eye and say that?
Because I'm innocent. Remember, who was it that murdered Neil?
I'm not sure I care for the word murder here, but in the end, the person responsible for Mr. Marshall's unfortunate demise was Emma Sky.
Well, now do you see?
Wouldn't help me out in any way. Really, Chief Gant? At the very least, there is one very large benefit you've reaped from all this.
Oh? I wasn't aware. What is this benefit?
That would, of course, be the position you have. Chief of Police. Oh! The resolution of the SL9 incident secured your promotion to Chief. Yeah, this is one hell of a trial. Hell as in you're in hell. That in itself is sufficient motive.
Oh, that's a good one.
Huh?
Do you really think I'm that incompetent?
What do you mean?
Even without that case, I was already in line to become the next chief. The resolution of SL9 merely sped up the inevitable a little.
Is that true, Edgeworth? Yes. He was going to be made chief anyway.
Yeah. Be careful when pointing that finger, or you might wind up being the one pointed at.
So that means there's only one possible motivation for you to commit forgery. If you didn't do it for yourself, then you did it for someone else.
Don't be silly, Worthy. You know me better than that. There are only 3 people I look out for. Me, myself, and I. There. It's out in the open now. Audrey, would you mind if I changed my testimony a little?
By all means, please do.
I wouldn't be anyone's accomplice if there was nothing in it for me.
Gant isn't the one who murdered Prosecutor Marshall 2 years ago. Yet I know he played a part in the forgery. That can only mean someone asked him to be an accomplice. Damon Gant, someone's accomplice? That sounds unlikely. Nothing in it for you?
Sorry, but the only person I care about is yours truly. That girl, Lana's little sister, was it? If you think I felt sorry for her, you'd better think again.
You're right, you don't feel sorry for anyone.
Be tough on crime and tough on people. That's how I was raised.
You seem to be lax enough on yourself, though.
Ho 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 ho! Oh, that's a good one, Worthy.
Could there have been something in it for him? Given his selfishness, would he have helped someone out? Lana. Because... Oh, could she have been considered a rival for Chief of Police?
Probably.
True. You might not help out anyone for their sake. But if it would benefit you, you might decide to assist someone. Mr. Wright, it appears you're positively determined to portray the chief as a nice man who likes to lend people a hand. That's not what I mean. Very well, then. Who is this person you believe Chief Gant may have helped forge evidence? Chief Prosecutor Lana Sky? The defendant? I believe it's quite obvious in light of the circumstances. Emma Sky fell victim to an unfortunate series of events. Who would want to help her more than her own sister Lana? And as for Chief Gant, he would also have a reason to help Lana if she asked him to. That reason, of course, is self-profit. Self-profit? What do you mean? After the SL9 incident was resolved, Lana Sky was appointed chief prosecutor at the prosecutor's office. The person who arranged this job change was you, Chief Gant. But how would he profit from all of this? He would be able to use the chief prosecutor as his puppet. Essentially... I'm getting some water from my throat.
Yeah, it's very you heavy.
It
Which
is.
makes me happy because I can sit here and draw.
He would acquire unchecked authority over all investigations. Do you mean to tell me that despite the chief's formidable appearance, he plays with puppets? Oh, wait. You must mean puppet as in someone forced to do his bidding. Never mind. Admit it, Chief. You assisted Lana Skye in forging evidence. Your motive, to appoint her as chief prosecutor so you could control her.
Righto, my boy. You have quite an imagination. Let me ask you something.
What?
Do you have any proof of this, that I controlled Lana? For example, is Lana testifying that I've done such a thing?
Lana, she's keeping quiet to protect Emma. There's no way she'd testify against Gant. I'm afraid without any proof, this all amounts to nothing more than mere conjecture. Unless, that is also what happened in this incident. This incident? Which one would that be? Of course, I'm talking about the murder of Detective Bruce Goodman. The chief prosecutor has been acting strange throughout this entire trial. Almost as if someone has been controlling her.
Worthy, you'd better watch your tongue. I wouldn't want you to get hurt.
Just what do you mean? What he means, Your Honor, is that Chief Gant is involved in the murder of Detective Goodman. Not only that, but the Chief is now making Lana take the rap to cover up his involvement. What? What? What?
I know, little boy. Holy shit. Hi.
Order! 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 I said order! Mr. Wright, you can't be serious! Huh? This is an affront to the highest-ranking officer in our law enforcement agency. To accuse the chief of police of blackmail and murder? That's impossible. Your Honor, I was merely reiterating what Mr. Edgeworth said in easier to understand language. It's too late,
Don't
Mr.
understand
Wright.
language.
There's no turning back for us now. It looks like he's the one who's decided to go through with this. Can you prove this, Mr. Wright? That the chief, a high-ranking officer of the law, is involved in this murder? Good question. Regardless of his rank or title, Chief Gant is just a man. The question is he a criminal? I believe the evidence will tell. I see. All right, then. Let's see what Mr. Wright's got, and it better be good. Show us this evidence that ties Chief Gant to the murder of Detective Goodman. I think it's this one. Well, Chief?
So long as Righto here is tossing out things regardless of their relevance, mind if I toss something too udgy? This shoe should do nicely. I'll chuck it right at you.
You always were quite the joker, weren't you? Oops, looks like I got it wrong. Don't oops me, maybe this boot to the head will knock some sense into you. I know it's hard with all that's gone on during this trial. But try to think back to what happened in the evidence room 4 days ago. Now that he mentions it, we did find something during yesterday's investigation.
Ooh,
Something that proves Gant entered that room.
ooh, little boy.
Looks like he wants another one of your boots, Udgy.
Yes, Wright and Edgeworth are working together now. It actually happens a lot in this series.
It does.
It's like every other final trial.
They're married.
I see. Well, not necessarily Wright and Edgeworth, but like Wright and, well, whatever attorney is there and the prosecutor. All right, then. Let's see what Mr. Wright's got, and it better be good. Show us this evidence that ties Chief Gant to the murder of Detective Goodman. I know what it is now. This is the ID card list. Yes, the one that shows who entered the evidence room on the day of the crime. There was one ID on the list we couldn't determine the owner of yesterday. 7777777.
Sorry, but there's no way you can prove that's my card number.
It's your number. What? How do you know that? The safe in Chief Gant's office requires a code to open. A 7-digit code. 7 digits? You don't mean... I'm afraid so, Your Honor. The code was 7777777. The same as the remaining ID card number on that list. Chief Gant, you entered the evidence room on the day of the crime. Order! Order! Chief Gant, what do you have to say?
Nothing. The defense's search of my office was in violation of regulations.
That was more fucking Von Karma than Gant.
Yeah, it was.
The defense's
I'm back.
The defense's invasion of my office has nothing to do with this investigation.
Is that better?
Yeah.
And I will demand Mr. Wright to be punished to the maximum extent of the law. But right now, this court demands an explanation from you about the use of this ID card. Chief Gant, so you admit it? You entered the evidence room on the day of the crime?
What about it? I'm chief of police. Whether it's the evidence room or the bathroom, what's the difference? I can go anywhere I want.
Tell me, when you entered the room, were you alone?
I always go to the bathroom alone, as I do with the evidence room.
Detective Goodman wouldn't have happened to be with you that day, would he?
Of course not. Why would he be? I hadn't seen him in days.
You hadn't seen him? In days? Chief Gant, I'm afraid you've just undone yourself. On that day, you had to have met with Detective Goodman. What do you mean? This trial's purpose is to determine Lana Sky's guilt. No, it isn't, Your Honor. This trial's purpose is to determine the truth. If Chief Gant met the victim on the day of the crime, then we need to determine one thing. What transpired during that meeting? In that case, Mr. Wright, I'm going to have to ask you for evidence. Show us proof that the victim went to meet Chief Gant on the day of the crime. Detective Goodman lost his ID card on the day of the crime. Or to be more accurate, Jake Marshall stole it. So Detective Goodman filled out a lost item report. He would have had to give that report to the chief of police.
Yet you are in possession of the report, which means you can't be sure if he filed it.
He filed it. How do I know, you ask? Because he needed to enter the evidence room that day. He needed to? Yes, to transfer the evidence out. Oh! Detective Goodman took the form to you, Chief Gant. Then, you accompanied the detective to the evidence room.
I accompanied him?
There's no other way the murderer and Detective Goodman could have entered the room.
Hold on. Let me guess what you're going to say next.
Gant and the judge are killing me right now.
Let me guess what you're gonna say next. Dude, he's trying to do the Joseph Joestar technique.
Oh my god, the Joestar technique. He's gonna run away.
Run! I, the chief of police, murdered poor Goodman.
Exactly. But wait! The chief didn't necessarily need to accompany him to the evidence room. He could have just lent him his ID card.
Yes. Now that you mention it, I believe I might have done something of the sort. Sorry, but that's not possible. According to the record, your card was only used once. Yet you showed us your ID card earlier. If you had really lent it to Detective Goodman, it would have been found on his body. No!
Awesome. Whoa, hi, baby. That's cute little sound.
Chief Gant, you didn't!
The murder was most likely a spur-of-the-moment crime, for no one in their right mind would choose the police department as a place to commit murder. After the murder, you contacted Lana at the prosecutor's office. Why? To dispose of Detective Goodman's body, of course. You're forgetting, Mr. Wright, that the victim's body was discovered in the prosecutor's office's parking lot. How did he manage to move it there? I was at the police department the entire day, you know. And everyone's aware that Lana stayed at the prosecutor's office after the ceremony. Everyone except me, it seems. Still, you're the chief of police. You have an entire police force at your disposal. Oh, so you think I just ordered an officer to do it? Hey you, take this here dead body over to the prosecutor's office. I don't think so.
Chief Gant, you left all the evidence we need to prove how you moved the body to the prosecutor's office. And all this time, I thought it was a useless clue just taking up space. How could the chief have moved the body? Mr. Wright, show us this evidence. To move the victim's body, Chief Gant used this. Well?
I see. Maybe I'll use this later. To move your dead body, Mr. Wright.
Huh? Wait, but he used the fucking... And I'll help you dispose of it. Chief Gant stayed at the PD and Lana stayed at the prosecutor's office. That leaves only one possible way he could have moved the body. The only problem is, how did he get him to do it? Maybe that piece of evidence really did have something to do with this case. I'll ask you again, Mr. Wright. How could the chief have moved the body? Mr. Wright, show us this evidence. To move the victim's body, Chief Gant used this. Is it the Blue Badger? I don't think so.
I don't know. I haven't been following. So I just had an idea, and my brain's been stuck on that, and I completely. Ugh.
This is how he moved Detective Goodman's body. It was the parking ticket that Edgeworth had. A parking stub? Miles Edgeworth. You mean... The body was found in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car. I think it's obvious what happened. The body was moved by that car. You mean I carried the victim's body? Precisely so. But wait, even you know. I didn't plan on returning to my office after the ceremony finished that day. But you did return. Tell me why. I was asked to go by Chief Gant, no less. He told me he wanted me to keep it here in the prosecutor's office. In any case, on the day of the stabbings, I brought this back here. So you see, what you were really taking to the prosecutor's office wasn't the screwdriver, but the victim's body in your trunk. Detective Goodman's body was carried in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car! Yes. Unless, of course, you have another explanation, Chief? Why else would you have asked Mr. Edgeworth to transport evidence from a closed case? There's only one plausible explanation. To transport the body to your accomplice, Miss Lana Skye. Order! 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 What's going on here? Is there no room for rebuttal to the defense's outrageous accusations? Think back to the photograph Miss Starr took at the prosecutor's office. This was not a photo of the body being stuffed in the trunk to be taken away. It was exactly the opposite. It is a photo of the body being taken from the trunk. Chief Gant, please say something!
I believe your time's up.
My time's up.
Sorry, Righto, but I'm having the...
Come on, computer. There we go. Okay. I'm back. Am I not back? I am live.
You're back.
Okay. I'm back. Sorry, the fucking Wi-Fi hiccuped.
Actually, I don't know. Are you back?
I think I was back for like 13 seconds and then I was off again.
Every time I look at it on the app, it just shows me not right.
I'm live again.
Oh, there we go. Cool.
I guess my Wi-Fi hiccuped. That's my best guess.
Yeah. I'm right here, little kid.
Okay, yeah, we're live again. Sorry. We're good. Just a fucking hiccup in the internet. As soon as I couldn't continue the game, I was like, oh no. Still, we're back, and we're gonna finish this fucking case. Okay, let's show the game again.
Sorry, Righto, but I'm having lunch with the District Attorney General after this.
Oh god, the audio. Oh no.
Sorry, Righto, but my internet disconnected for a couple seconds. Please give me one moment.
Sorry, Righto, but... I need to disconnect and reconnect.
Oh god, what's wrong with Gant?
He's glitching!
No, don't touch the tablet, little boy.
There we go. That's better.
We have to get going if we're to make it in time for the early bird special.
But the cross-examination isn't finished yet.
Remember what I told you earlier? A police chief has all kinds of weapons at his disposal.
Weapons?
Like the right to refuse to testify. I'm invoking that right now.
What? That is not a right to be casually invoked. There are certain risks to be considered. So you're going to just run away after all this? He really is using all the Joestar techniques.
Right?
What are you, a Joestar?
I don't get that reference. His face.
Run away? Don't make me laugh, Worthy. I stabbed old Goodman. That's what you're saying, right? But if you had any conclusive evidence, you would have presented it by now.
Well,
You think I had Lana dispose of the body? If so, then show your proof and get it over with.
I'll say it again, Mr. Wright. Damon Gant is the current chief of police. This court will not tolerate any accusations against him without concrete proof. Well, Mr. Wright, Your Honor, do you have any concrete proof? Proof that Chief Gant murdered Detective Goodman and made Miss Skye dispose of his body? Do I have any concrete proof? What do you think, chat? Do I have any proof?
What are we doing again?
Trying to find proof
Of what?
that Gant is the murderer. Concrete proof.
Oh.
Wait a minute. Now that pile of blood wasn't there, because they would have seen it. Extremely thin rubber glove. I don't have it. Knife tip was found in the wound.
Yeah, it might be one of these situations where we don't have it yet.
It's no use showing evidence. I'm not even sure of myself. No, Your Honor. At present, I have no conclusive evidence.
See, Aji?
In that case, this court is forced to penalize you for your allegations against the chief. What?
Here's a tip. Never gamble what you can't afford to lose, Righto. It seems that Lady Luck was on my side again today. Okay, Aji, I'll leave the rest to you.
He's out. I warned you earlier, Mr. Wright. This is an affront to a senior officer in our nation's law enforcement agency. Ah! Lady Luck, Maybe we should have a word with her. Mr. Edgeworth, what do you mean? There's one lady who knows the real truth behind this trial. We haven't yet had the honor of hearing her testimony. A lady who knows the truth. Another witness. In the absence of conclusive evidence, the only other with I am Edgeworth, and I can talk. The only other method of proof is testimony. But Chief Gant has invoked his right to refuse to testify. There's still someone else. One more witness who can answer all the questions. Raised in this trial. Someone right in this very room. Mr. Edgeworth, who is this person? Why are you asking me, Your Honor? Have you forgotten? The defense is the one calling witnesses today. Mr. Wright, does such a witness exist? She may not be willing to tell the truth. But we can't just stop now. Yes, Your Honor. The defense calls forth the defendant. Miss Lana Skye! She was in the underground parking lot at 5:15 p.m. on February 21st. Her task? To dispose of the victim's body. In accordance with a certain someone's orders. Mr. Edgeworth? The prosecution has no objections, Your Honor. Very well. The court will now take its final recess for the day. In 15 minutes, we will reconvene to hear the defendant's testimony. This court is now in
Oh, who's this? Probably
maybe
Emma.
Emma?
Hold
Huh?
Hold on.
Okay, good.
Chief Gant, I thought you were going to eat.
Listen good, Lana.
He's talking to Lana. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh, jeez.
Judge, he's threatening my witness.
I don't think you
Right?
need me to tell you this, but if you accept Mr. Wright's claims, there will be terrible consequences. And that's right. Your sister will be found guilty for Neil Marshall's murder.
Ah! This isn't good.
Of course, you'd never support such outrageous claims anyway, right? Just something to think about. All right then. I've got a lunch date to meet.
We're gonna have Panera.
I'm getting a bread bowl.
Okay, if there aren't any further objections, this court is now in recess. And Lana's like, I'm not testifying.
Right.
I'll cut a bitch.
I'll cut a bitch before I testify.
Looks like we managed to stay in the game.
We?
Yeah, thanks to your help, Edgeworth.
He said we.
He said we. Ooh. You good, Pippi? You awake? I can't tell if she's awake and looking at me or asleep right now. Oh, yawn. She is conscious now.
My little boy's sleepy in my arms.
Aw, he's so cute. Pippi's laying on my my quilt from my grandma.
Yeah.
Quilting killed my grandma.
No.
Nah. She did teach me how to crochet with it, which I was very proud of.
That chief. That chief. He's something else, eh, pals?
Detective Gumshoe. Oh, damn it.
Hey, pals. I'm not a detective anymore.
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that.
Ah, don't worry. I've already decided where to work now. At your office.
My office.
Aw,
Sure. I'll take the place of that top-knotted girl you used to work with.
oh.
Could he mean Maya? Still, looks like we're all out of moves now.
Chief Gant's done it again. How is it he always gets the upper hand?
It's not fair he has the right to refuse to testify. Settle down, Wright. Remember what the judge said. But Chief, that is not a right to be casually invoked. There are certain risks to be considered. Risks? What did he mean by that? It's simple. If the chief refuses to testify, the opposite also holds true. I think it's Emma.
Yeah. Yeah.
You mean he forfeits his right to say anything too? Aha!
Emma!
His right to say anything too.
Are you
No
okay?
stepping on. He stepped on the phone.
I've also got a top knot.
I wouldn't call it that, but yeah, it kind of looks like it. Yeah, when I came to, I was in a medical office.
Came too.
She passed out, remember?
Oh yeah, I forgot.
I've been listening to the trial from the gallery. Holy shit.
So she heard everything that's been going on. Emma, I'm sorry for what I said before.
No, don't be. It was the truth. You know, it's funny. I almost feel somehow relieved.
Relieved?
I mean, yeah, I'm an accidental murderer, but like, at least I didn't do it intentionally and try to get other people blamed for it.
Yeah. 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 Now I finally know what really happened.
Hi, Pippi. You staring me down?
Mm-hmm.
And she's begun bathing herself.
Think that all this time, my sister was being blackmailed by that terrible man. And she did it all just to protect me.
Ever since her appointment as chief prosecutor, everyone who knew her said she changed. Perhaps it was easier that way for her.
What do you mean?
What do you think I mean? To follow Chief Gant's orders.
Ooh, you saw the
Why
Master
are you
Sword?
sitting on my butt?
Because he's a
Oh, now
butt
he just
sitter.
cuddles like
He wants to put his butt on your butt.
We're butt buddies.
Butt buddies, butt buddies.
Butt.
She must have shut herself up deep inside to force herself to do anything and everything the chief told her to do. That must be why she became so cold.
It was all my fault.
If only I wasn't a fucking murderer.
No, you're a manslaughterer. It's very different, but also not.
It's all because I murdered Mr. Marshall.
No, you manslaughtered him. It's fine, Emma. It was an accident.
I manslaughtered him, Mr. Marshall.
Mr. Martha, Mr. Wright.
I manslaughtered him, Mr. Marshall.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Mr. Marshall's not here. What time are you in, Emma?
Hey,
Kinda
don't
like
go
going
blaming
black.
yourself now.
Where she is.
Yeah.
Like, whoa. I don't know what time it is. I don't know where I am. Little panic attack going on. That's not really funny.
It's
I
really not.
make jokes about it because I've had them. Therefore, they're funny.
I don't know if I've had one. I've definitely had anxiety attacks, which are similar but different.
I'll never forget my first panic attack. Ugh.
Yeah, I probably haven't had one then.
Mwah. Stay still.
Stop moving around.
Moving.
I don't even know if I've really had anxiety attacks as much as meltdowns due to anxiety building up.
Yeah.
If you want to blame anyone, blame society, pal.
Chief Gant may be able to fool everyone else with his forgery. But he can't fool my memory. I remember now. I knocked Mr. Marshall into that armor.
I remember now. My sick kickflip accidentally knocked Miss Marshall into that armor. I tried to ollie, but I couldn't, and all I got was a kickflip. I was trying to protect him.
I was trying to do the move I saw on Tony Hawk Super Skater.
I thought if I could pull it off, then I could save him. But my kickflip resulted in his death. Truly, it's only an ollie that can make you the hero of the story.
I see.
Well, we'd better get back. It's time for the final act.
Emma, why don't you wait
No. I'm going with you. Huh?
I was kind of tempted to hold it out and be like, Emma, why don't you wait There we go.
Going with you.
Don't stare at me for making a noise. You make noises.
She stares at me because she knows that I'm the one that brought this cat to this house. That's why every time she was staring at me, I kept looking at you like, I think I'm gonna die, dude.
I think she loves you.
I know. She fucking loves me. I know she does. I don't care if she says no, and she constantly tells me every day how much she doesn't love me, but I know she loves me.
Because she'll still cuddle you and let you pet her. That's how I know she
So
doesn't
much
love my
sugar.
niece or nephews, because she doesn't let them get anywhere near her.
Yeah, they're stinky little kids.
Mm-hmm.
I
One
want
of
to be
which
there.
traumatized her.
Yeah, that's the sad thing about little kids and cats,
Mm-hmm.
or pets in general.
Chloe was a baby, though. She couldn't know any better.
Yeah.
But now she has a bias towards all little children. By the way, I think I've told this story on stream before, but my niece poked my first dog ever's butthole. It's a weird and kind of funny story. We had a couch that like that dog and Pippi could fit under. Ah, Sadie, I miss that dog. She actually died of a genetic thing. Anyways, Sadie could fit under that couch, and she like got scared of Chloe, who was like not even walking at the time. She was still crawling. And so she went partially under the couch to hide. And it was like I got future vision for like half a second. I was like, oh, I could see it happening before it happened. And then Chloe crawled up and went and poked Sadie in the butt. And Sadie just went and was gone. I miss that dog. Have I shown you pictures of Sadie?
Probably.
There's not many good, high quality ones out there. She was an Escapoo.
Ooh.
Or the funnier way to say it, a Puskimo. She was an Eskimo dog poodle mix.
I want to be there when Lana tells the truth.
Let's go, Wright. It's time to end this. Oh my god, we're finally on to the final
Alright,
section.
Conan Street, bye!
Bye, everybody! Control D.
I am very glad we were able to get through that. I know we didn't have to start early, but I just really wanted to make sure that we had enough time.
Mm-hmm. You know what this means we can do in preparation for Danganronpa 2, though?
What?
After stream best of Danganronpa rendering party.
True.
Or maybe just do an art stream tonight. Up to you. You almost stopped at Bucky's on your way home?
Oh, hell fucking yeah.
I've never been to a Bucky's.
Bucky's! Dude, hey man, if you move, with me, you'll get to go, sometimes. I love Bucky's.
I love how you're always
like
like, no, you're not going to move with me. And then sometimes you're like, he's going to move with me.
Yeah, because, like, weirdly attached to me. I don't know what I did, but you like me for some reason, and I hate it.
That
This
means
always
she's
happens.
attached to me too.
Little boy, why does this always happen to me? Why do people like me? Seriously. At least in my adult years. When I was in, like, high school, I totally get it. But, like, now, I don't get it. Why do people like me? What the
Now
fuck
I'm
did I do?
traumatized. I just don't understand.
I'm too traumatized, and I just push everyone away. I don't understand.
So, since we're on to the final part, do you want to actually take like a little bit of a break and just chat for a little bit?
Hey. Good. Okay, she's readable.
So, Yuki, since you're our only viewer right now, what do you think of the game? Because you've been here for pretty much all of it. Also, how was Bucky's? I want to hear that too.
Bucky's?
Bucky's.
It's huge.
But yeah, I've never been
is
to
a
a
pretty
Bucky's,
park.
but I've been to another, like a gas station that was pretty famous.
I think it's called Wally's, that other one.
Yeah, Wally's on my way up to Michigan.
Yes. We both went there.
Yeah. Oh, right, you didn't go. You almost went. Damn it. But tell me, what have you thought of Ace Attorney so far? Because we're going to get to the other games. Eventually. Because I adore this series too much not to. Even if it means I have to emulate it on the computer. Which reminds me, I would actually have to find a good way to do the split screen setup. Oh, right, you weren't here for a lot of it. You were only here for the DL6 incident. Well, what have you thought since then, at least? I'm curious.
Sad you weren't able to experience red, white, and blue.
I know, right?
Red, white, excuse me, his name. The blue core.
Red, white of blue core.
I love it.
Clearly I'm American. Ha 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 ha!
If you're planning to buy it, I recommend the trilogy on whatever platform you can get. They have not released Apollo Justice or either of the Investigations games anywhere except for, like, I think... No, I don't even think the Nintendo 3DS eShop got those. So those are like the forgotten games of the series. Investigations 2, you have to pirate right now. I'm sad to say it, Japan is a dick and never released it outside of Japan. And Apollo and Investigations 1, good luck finding copies. I got lucky.
Like a physical copy?
Yeah. Well, that's the only way to get it right now. There are no digital copies of those games. They were never re-released digitally for some fucking reason. Ah, saving up for May 12th. Nice. Oh yeah, that reminds me.
I
We'll
need
have
to
an
start
announcement.
saving up.
Yeah.
For, the con.
Yeah, that. By the way, since May is around the corner, if you are in the Kansas City area, we will be visiting to go to a small convention we've been to before called NakaCon. Just putting that out there for anybody who watches us who's like close enough and is planning to go. I probably won't be showing my face though, so don't look forward to that. Oh, right, for Tears of the Kingdom. Ooh, Dragon Con. I think I've heard of that one. This will be the same weekend, I think.
I'll never forget the day where I was actually invited to because a friend of a friend wanted to go to the Midwest Fur Fest, and their friend didn't want to go because they thought it was cringe. And I'm like, fuck it, I'll go with you. I never got to do that. I'm kind of sad.
Oh wow, you're going down to Atlanta, Georgia for that.
Ooh.
I actually went to Colorado for the Rocky Mountain Fur Con before it got canceled forever. That was because a friend invited me, very close friend, who is an avid furry, invited me. And I'm not going to sit here and be like...
I'd still like to go to a furry con.
They're interesting.
I'd like to at least once.
I'm not going to sit here and be like, I'm a fucking furry, but like, I'm not going to deny I am one either. I'm just not an interested furry, I guess. That sounds weird to say.
You just Dude, you're not a furry. You just don't mind the shit that people do.
Thank you. That's what I mean to say.
Yeah, because what it made it sound like is I'm not a furry, but I'm also closer to being a furry than I was before in my life. That's what that kind of came off as.
I mean, probably.
No.
Not like
say
actual,
that.
but like. Super Saiyan 4 shallot. I'm a furry. Yeah, that's pretty much what Super Saiyan 4 is. Or the Ozaru form. Turned into a giant monkey. Furry.
Furry.
But no, Lena's like, we're not furries, we just, I don't know.
You don't know.
We have
You
friends
just
who
respect
are.
the art.
Yeah, we just respect the art.
I really do give props to like furry artists who are really fucking amazing artists.
I mean, you've
I swear,
considered it for
like
the money.
most amazing artists. I'm sorry?
You jokingly considered it for the money.
Are you kidding me? Every day I'm like, if I really sat down and worked on my art, I could probably make so much money. And then I could just be like, furries? I'm open. Because you know those bitches got money.
I
Got
know.
bank somehow.
How much to commission you for a beat sprite? Ooh, in a year you're going back to the Renaissance Festival too? That's awesome.
Oh yeah.
Last time I
That'd
went,
be
I
fun to
bought...
dress up.
Yeah. Last time I went, I bought a cloak and a wand.
I want to dress up like as a centaur. or something.
Ooh. That would be fun. But yeah, so if anybody's interested and you're planning to go, feel free to try and spot us there.
Stop it! Stop fighting.
Was that at him or me?
Are you biting me currently?
Oh, okay. Yes, I guess you could say I bought a crappy lightsaber. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna be in full robot gear. That was a nice little break from the game. We should probably get back into it to make sure we finish everything. But it gave my voice a little bit of a rest just talking like I normally do.
Yeah.
One moment real quick. Just clearing my throat, making sure I'm all good. Cool. Let's get back to the game then. Now then, will the defendant, Miss Lana Sky, please take the stand? Will the real... Oh, shit. Will the real Miss Lana please stand up?
I don't get that reference, Chief.
Oh, kids these days. Bailiff, prepare the nap time mat. No, Chief, please don't take the chair down. We still have more trial to go. It's nap time. Rush duels! Rush duels! I need to make more rush decks. Woo! Miss Lana Sky, you are the chief prosecutor. I'm sure you're aware of what is required of you.
But Mr. Edgeworth, I'm baby. I'm sorry, that's sort of the way she set that up.
Can you,
But Mr. Edgeworth, Mr. Edgeworth.
can you say it like a edgy teen?
What, like, but Mr. Edgeworth.
Yeah!
No.
But
Yeah.
Mr. Edgeworth! I don't
Mr.
wanna...
Edgeworth. What the fuck?
Look up Join Tech? Okay, I'll look into that.
But Mr. Edgeworth, we already know everything.
Why do you even need me here?
What
Gosh.
the hell?
I could be out back smoking with my friends. That's South Park emo. Or no, that's South Park goth. It's very hard to tell the difference between emo and goth.
I'm still learning. You know all that I've done these past 2 years. That's creepy of you to imply.
Just stares at her. Do I? Do I really? Tell me more. Anyways, moving on. Yeah, My Hero Academia Season 7! Woo! My friend was at a card shop up where he lives, and he ran into an anime purist. And he was like,
Yeah.
What anime do you like? And, you know, my friend Evan hasn't watched much anime in a while. He was like, oh, the last one I got into was My Hero Academia, but I haven't really watched it in a while. And the guy was like, ugh, that's not real anime. You should try fucking, oh shit, Cowboy Bebop. Yeah, he was one of those dudes. It's not a real anime if it's not Dragon Ball, Cowboy Bebop, or Trigun. It's like, my dude, grow up. The world has moved on from those. They're good. They're classics. They're amazing stories. But there's so much more to also explore and enjoy. Please provide the court with your testimony, Miss Sky. And remember, you're under oath. We want to hear the truth.
Of course. The truth.
Lana, I'm here now. Don't question why I got here.
It's just funny how she was. Why was she not in court? It's because she passed out, right?
She passed out after finding out she was the murderer of Neil Marshall.
Okay.
Yes.
Also, Lana, I'm fine. I know we didn't talk. I don't know if you knew I passed out, but it's okay. I'm good.
I'm good now.
Lana! No matter what happens, I'll always be your sister.
Lana, I'm good now. I'm still a little woozy for passing out. Can you pass me a chair, Mr. Wright? Don't tell Lana. I'm fine, Lana. Passes out again.
Sure, please give me that chair. Please, 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 please.
Please now, please now. I'm about to go down. Give me the chair. Give me the chair. If I ignore her, maybe she'll stop being attached to me. That's what Lana's thinking.
Horrible.
Demon Slayer is good. I love Demon Slayer. God damn it. I also feel bad though because as much as I think Tanjiro is an amazing main character, I don't enjoy him that much. He is very much outshined by all of the other cast. Still, amazing main character though. So much fun to watch him remember and like learn stuff and realize and do all that stuff. Yeah, it's super cool. Now then, your testimony, if you will. First, tell us about your relationship with Chief Gant. What type of relationship is it? Ooh, I love gossip. Spill the tea, girl. Everything hinges on your testimony. You're the only chance we have to get Gant. Or else,
Girl.
if we don't get Gant, we'll get got.
We'll get got.
Get Gant or get got.
Oh, little boy. He's throwing his toy again, and did he get it stuck? No? Okay, no, you got it.
He's so cute. Oh my god. He has these pom-pom toys that I bought for Pippi a long time ago that she broke off of the toy. And he loves to carry them around and fucking throw them around. So cute.
It's cute. Oh, nice big yawn. I worked alongside Gant for years. There's no truth to this blackmail theory. I fabricated the evidence 2 years ago all by myself. When I found Prosecutor Marshall's body, I rearranged the crime scene.
Pew, 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 pew.
My only motivation was to get Dark convicted. That had nothing to do with Emma. Little boy, I swear to God. Be quiet.
Are you sure about this testimony?
Your Honor, I'm confessing to a capital offense. Of course I'm sure. Do you need me to get your toy out of there?
He might.
Can I say a little lick break? Do you like it in there? Wait, do you think you would like one of those things where you like, what are they, you know those cat toys? It's like a little box. And they can like scoot shit around in it. I don't know.
Where they have to get the treats out?
Something like that.
He might.
Anyways,
But Lana!
If this is true, then that means Chief Gant has nothing to do with this.
that's what I've been telling you from the beginning.
Please, Mr. Wright. You gotta help her. She's sacrificing herself because of me.
But what if she's telling the truth?
She's not. I know my own sister.
I love it if she said all cocky. She's like, she's not. I know my own sister.
She's not. I know my own sister.
Ooh, you walked too much at the Renaissance Festival.
Oh, I feel that right there. I'll never get over how I was able to actually eat that whole turkey leg. Or whatever
You fucking
it was.
destroyed it.
For everyone who doesn't know, I'm not a big meat eater. I'm not a vegan or anything. I just never like eating a lot of meat in one portion. So that was an amazing feat done by me. I just want everyone to know that.
I mean, if it's on the bone, you absolutely destroy it every time, so.
That is true. There's something about meat on the bone that makes you just destroy it.
You're a fucking carnivore.
beast.
Dear Lord.
Yes,
You don't know how people cosplay in that heat? Yeah, it gets
I know,
rough.
right? It's amazing.
Last time
In
I
our
went...
case, it got rainy.
Mm-hmm. Started downpouring. Last time I went to the Renaissance Festival, hilariously enough, I saw Vegeta and Bulma.
Yes, it was so cute.
Of all things for people to cosplay, I did not expect Vegeta and Bulma, and not just any Vegeta and Bulma. I'm talking immediately after the Frieza arc, Vegeta and Bulma, where Vegeta's like wearing the pink shirt and the yellow pants, and then Bulma has like the 80s hairdo.
I love it.
Whenever she speaks stiffly like that, she's hiding something inside. Deep down, she's really screaming in agony. Like this.
I heard that from your room, but it didn't go over Discord.
I know. That's the worst part.
Still no.
Fuck this. I'm done. Just kidding.
It's just your mic, I think.
I know.
Yeah. This is no time to start second guessing myself. You know those videos that are like they were started by H Bomber guy that are like the blah 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 is amazing or blah 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 is terrible and here's why. Like this is no time to start second guessing myself. Lana Sky is a liar and here's why. And the judge is like, Mr. Wright, that's extremely rude. Please keep your accusations to a minimum or at least have evidence before you bring them about. You saw Inosuke and Naofumi? That's awesome. The defense may now begin its cross-examination. I worked alongside Gant for years. Blah, blah, blah.
There's no truth to this blackmail theory. Press, why are you lying? What? Objection badgering. Or she'd be like, objection leading the witness? The judge was like, sustained.
Shit.
Now Fumi didn't have his shield. Ah, that stinks. Tell me about how you did this. You say you did this all by yourself?
Yes.
Would you mind telling us what you found when you arrived at the crime scene?
No. It seems I was the first person to discover the scene. The broken prosecutor award knife was stuck in the victim's body.
What? But Prosecutor Marshall died from an unfortunate accident.
That's only a situation you dreamed was possible. The reality is, it wasn't my sister who took the prosecutor's life. Fantasize all you want, Mr. Wright, but I'll never change this statement.
You mean Prosecutor Marshall wound up being killed by Dark?
Something like that.
If that is so, what happened to the other murder weapon? Dark was carrying a switchblade knife.
Oh, that was lying on the floor a little distance away. He was probably knocked away in the struggle.
That's not how it went down. She's trying to cover up her lies with more lies.
All just to protect me.
So, when you found the scene like this, what did you do? After all, this is what everything boils down to.
Yes.
You planted the tip of Dark's knife in the wound? But why? Why would you do that? I didn't see what he said.
So funny how all of them chimed in.
I just didn't see what the judge said.
It's okay. You of all people should know, Edgeworth. You always had a good head on your shoulders. You've always had a good head on you.
My head isn't that bad, but maybe I should ask for the sake of the others. Why'd you plant the knife? But why did you do that?
Come now, Mr. Wright. Even you should be able to figure it out.
Very well, let's add this to the witness's testimony. The reason Miss Sky fabricated the knife.
I knew the tip weapon found buried in his body would be all the proof we needed. Bark, 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 bark.
I don't know if that's the statement I need, but I'll press on it just so I can get more info from it. According to your testimony, Prosecutor Marshall's broken knife was the murder weapon, right?
Yes. And leaving it at that might point the blame away from Drake.
Dark.
Dark. God damn it.
I did the same thing.
I felt the most effective way to get him convicted would be by having the tip of his knife found inside the victim's body.
And no, that's not a euphemism.
Damn it, I was gonna make that joke.
So you buried it inside the victim's stab wound?
Yes. Because I hated Dark for what he did.
Hmm. And you moved the body? That's what he said, okay. When you showed up on the scene, where exactly was the victim's body?
It was where you deduced it was. By Chief Gant's desk.
Hmm. But the body was found by your desk. Hello, Hannibal. Don't play with that. Hannibal! Sorry, he was biting at my charging cable.
Yes.
Ooh, Rengoku and Mitsuri, nice. But the body was found by your desk. Why did you move it there? Hannibal, I'm gonna throw a fucking blanket at you. It's actually a pillow, but like, don't you fucking dare.
The reason for this is simple.
Let's have the witness explain this in more detail. The reason Miss Sky moved the body. Keeping this pillow behind my head in case I need to toss it at him.
Yep.
Ooh, this is how we're gonna get her. Pieces of the jar? You mean...
Yes. That wretched jar you showed us earlier.
Tomorrow, episode 4 of Demon Slayer Season 3 will come out? Fuck yeah.
Oh, cool. In order to show that Dark committed the crime, I almost totally didn't say Drake. I felt it'd be more but God damn it.
Expedient.
I can say it. I know I can.
You got this.
Expedient. I felt it'd be more expedient to move the body.
So, when you first found the body, the jar was all ready.
Of course, it had been shattered to pieces. If you looked at the crime scene, it would be clear right away what happened. What happened?
What happened?
What happened? Neil Marshall was dead, and Dark was lying unconscious. In other words, the jar must have been broken during their struggle.
Where the fuck is he and what the fuck is he doing? I hear him. It's like right behind me, I think. What are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? Okay, I'll be back in a moment.
Wow. I don't know if y'all would be very able to hear that, but just in case. It looks like Hannibal has gone into the catnip. And unlike with Pippi, a Hannibal, it does seem to be like actually like how normally how cats are affected by catnip, that's how Hannibal's reacting to it, and that explains why he's all zoomies right now. little boy's a menace. Oh, Jesus, I keep yawning.
Okay, so we have two different catnip containers, and one of them we had to hide because one is a jar, and the other one is an easily ripped open bag. We hid it in the closet, and I was like, oh, cool. It's weird that he would decide to climb inside that closet. Now I know why. So yeah, he dragged down the catnip bag and was fucking ripping into it more and eating the catnip again. So I gave him a little bit and then I put the bag in a drawer. Continuation of the Demon Slayers versus Upper Moons 5 and 4. That's awesome. Dumb little boy.
Dumb little boom.
Did you like my fucking exclamation when I found out what it was? I know Stream didn't hear
yes.
it, but like, he's got the catnip!
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out what the fuck he was, like, chewing on or playing with. Oh, you already have the 4 clones of Hatengu? Nice. I see. What's the matter, Emma?
Apparently, the jar shattered at the time the crime was committed. But I have a feeling there's more to it than that.
There must be a contradiction here somewhere.
Anyways, I committed this fabrication completely alone. Just love when she says anyway, she always says it.
I know.
I committed this fabrication completely alone. My nose was so stuffed. I didn't take Sudafed today because I was on my meds. I got a headache from that. I can still take it, it's just, you know.
What do you think? Should I try presenting this here?
This is the jar. Shattered your nails.
Yeah! My intuition was right! Miss Sky, I understand how you feel. You committed that crime 2 years ago to protect your sister. You mean the forgery at the scene where Neil Marshall was murdered? If that truth were to be exposed now, the past 2 years of your life will have been in vain. Even so, I am compelled to bring to everyone's attention a significant contradiction within your testimony.
A contradiction in my testimony?
You testified, and I quote, "The pieces of the jar that shattered during the events threaten my plan."
That's right.
Do you have a problem with that? It's a simple oversight, really. You see, a message was written on this jar with the victim's blood.
Yes. The prosecutor must have written it in his final moments.
Exactly so. And this is where the contradiction lies.
Ugh.
In order for the victim to be able to write his message on the jar, it must not yet have been broken before he died.
Ugh.
He couldn't have He couldn't have written him his name on a shattered jar. Order! Order! Your Honor, it would appear more information is needed in regard to this jar and its bloody message. We may be missing something critical here. Something critical? Chief Prosecutor, it seems you're as in the dark as we are about the truth towards which we're headed.
What?
Just tell us exactly what you saw. We'll piece together the information to arrive at the truth. Very well. The witness may now continue her testimony. Woo!
I immediately noticed the blood traces in the jar. But it was dark in the room and I didn't have time to check it out. To be safe, I wiped away the blood. The fragments were large, so I'm sure I got them all. All I could think about was wiping them clean before they were discovered.
You mean you were the one who wiped away the message in blood?
I wasn't chief prosecutor at the time.
Oh my god, it's Von Karma.
Oh goodness.
He rises from the
Oh,
grave
you-
once again.
He didn't think Dark was the real murderer. That's why she tried to erase the real evidence. My nose is so stuffed. Ugh!
It probably makes being nasally easier.
It kinda does.
Just a
That's
little bit.
the truth. Very well, the defense may now begin its cross-examination. Beep, 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 beep.
Ken with the side.
What contradictions will serve for standard testimony?
Okay. We don't need to start telling each other to perish. Otherwise, go on. Your sister's really putting up a fight. She must really care about you. Still, she's not doing this the right way.
It you be.
Oh, the terrible side part. Oh, yeah, the terrible side part is still there. Sorry, I misunderstood. You're good. Yeah, the terrible side part has not perished. Sadly, she has
What
not
the hell did you think
combed her
was they
hair.
talking about?
I thought he was talking about Yuki for some reason, because I'm dumb.
You are dumb.
I think I finally figured out the contradictions in her testimony. There's one final possibility that might turn everything around. So you didn't know your sister's name was written on the jar?
No. If I had known, I would have gathered all the pieces and ground them to dust.
Well, that helps my case.
Lana, you do that for me?
Wow, I'm bonding over the fact that you're a horrible criminal.
Yay!
It seems you two might make up yet.
Anyways, I love what she says. Anyway, I just barely had enough time to move the body as it was.
A newbie murder mistake, forgetting to hide proper evidence. Yup, that's how it goes. If someone happened upon you, upon the scene, you'd lose your chance to erase the evidence. You must have been in a hurry.
I was. Okay. I knew I had to destroy the evidence before anyone came.
This is rather shocking. I'm afraid this action of yours reveals what really happened. What do you mean? If you really thought Dark killed Prosecutor Marshall, you wouldn't have wiped away the blood.
What else could I have done in that situation?
Lana, that's all you said. Seriously.
My sister.
I only had a few moments. It wasn't enough time for me to do anything else but gather up the pieces.
But how could you see with the power out? It should have been pitch black in that office.
A detective is always prepared, Mr. Wright.
We love sisterly bonding over a murder case. Yes, we do. I would also love if she, like, had a new animation only for this line where she's like, a detective is always prepared, Mr. Wright, and she, like, pulls out a flashlight and clicks it.
That'd be cool. Even now, I always carry a pocket light and a camera with me.
Even I carry a bottle of emergency luminol whenever I go. I'm gonna try that again.
Go for
It's
it.
too late. Skip the line.
I'm sorry. Even I carry an emergency bottle of luminol wherever I go.
I never miss anything. I got every last piece. Whoa, I switched consonants. What the fuck? Last piece.
No, you didn't. Miss Sky, I believe this jar conceals a truth even you were unaware of. There's only one thing that everyone is overlooking in this case.
I, Von
you
Karma,
bragging
was the
again?
real murderer.
In the drawer. Never mind. The fuck is he playing with out there?
I don't know,
What?
man. We found the final piece of this jar in Chief Gant's safe.
In the chief's safe? But how?
I knew it. She really didn't know. There's something even more disturbing about that final piece. There was still blood on it. But the witness just testified. Oh my god, you two. It's funny, but like, don't...
You really can't stand bickering. It's so funny.
I mean, I don't mind it. I just... Don't
Yeah,
get
you
too
do.
hostile.
Oh hush, they're having fun. Such a killjoy.
That she gathered every last piece and wiped the blood off of them. But the witness just testified that she gathered every last piece and wiped the blood off of them. Yes, which leaves us with only one explanation. On the night Prosecutor Marshall was murdered, you were not the first one to show up on the scene. Chief Gant got there before you.
But couldn't the defendant have simply missed a piece?
I'm afraid that's unlikely. The pieces are too big for anyone to miss, let alone an ace detective.
That may well be, but everyone makes mistakes. Even I once wasted an entire day looking for my dentures. They were in my mouth all along. Ha! Can you believe that?
Have you forgotten, Your Honor? When this witness arrived at the scene, the jar was already broken.
Oh, that.
There's no way a name could have been written on a shattered jar. Another person discovered the scene prior to the witness.
I hope you're not implying this person was Chief Gant. At the time, he was looking for Dark downstairs. Besides, even if he was there first, why would he break the jar?
The question is, if he did arrive there first, why did he hide that fact for 2 years? You got there first before Gant because you, the great Von Karma, committed the crime? Ah,
Yeah.
Von Karma, back at it again. Well, Your Honor, can you answer us that?
No! No! Wait, I'm not the one on trial here.
Damon Gant arrived at the crime scene prior to the witness. He proceeded to break the jar and purposely hid one of the broken pieces. Question: what is this action called? Fabrication of evidence.
But why would Chief Gant do that?
In light of what happened afterwards, isn't it clear?
What happened afterwards?
Discovering the scene, Lana Skye believed her sister Emma killed the victim. Determined to help her sister, she sought Gant's aid. Lending her his aid, Gant helped her create evidence that incriminated Dark, sparing Emma. And therein lies the reason. The reason why Miss Skye became the chief's puppet.
No. I did it on my own.
Dude, she fucking bit the tip of her thumb off.
Please, sis, stop trying to protect the chief. I can't watch you suffer anymore for my own sake.
No, you didn't. It wasn't you, Emma. You didn't kill anyone. Don't believe anything Mr. Wright says. Defense attorneys make up the most foul lies to defend their clients.
Foul lies? Imagine that coming from my own client. We just send them both to jail, and both the sisters go to jail.
Yeah.
Guilty!
Woo! I guess you do seem the type who likes to twist the truth.
Wait a minute. What if we're still smack dab in the middle of Gant's trap?
Is something wrong, Mr. Wright?
Lana may be right after all. What do you mean, right?
So you do tell Belle lies then, Mr. Wright?
Miss Skye, please testify once more.
But
If evidence was fabricated behind your back, then Emma's accidental killing of Prosecutor Marshall might also be a lie.
I do remember knocking over Mr. Marshall.
Miss Skye, if you will.
But I had to go potty.
Go to the bathroom first.
I can't. I really have to go. Can we please have a recess?
Okay, short break. Lena's going to the bathroom. Sorry, I'm just reading chat. Oh my god. Ah, they're back to no, yes, no, yes. Oh man. You two are fun. Von Karma, if you would please testify as to how you committed the murder. It would be greatly appreciated. Ah, thank you, Mr. Von Karma. We'd all love to hear the story. I love streaming. I love doing dumb shit all the time for the entertainment of others.
So, for anyone that doesn't know, every time I go to the bathroom and Hannibal isn't in their room with me, or my door isn't open, it'll sit there outside my bed, the door. It's really cute. But you're so annoying. Yes, you are.
See if you can get him to start
You make me
crying
happy
and
to
get
breathe
it
your
on
videos.
stream.
I had to go back into the bathroom.
I know.
My little baby boy.
Little baby boy. Okay, so Mr. Von Karma, you walked in, smacked everyone in the head, and made an illusion in everyone's minds as you killed the men. I see. So Von Karma has the power of illusions. Interesting. Is he back outside the door already?
Hold on.
You are the almighty Von Karma. I can't deny this. Risen from the grave. You can do all that can be done. Man, Von Karma
little boy.
truly is Jesus. And Yuki is out for his head. They're ramping back up to violence.
Now to sit in here and wait for him to cry.
We've got a Masamune and a Von Karma whip. The Franziska whip, as we'll call it. Franziska whip? Franzwiska! Whipka! Franz Whipka.
Get down from that desk.
Okay, Lena, you don't have to make him cry in the bathroom.
What if I lock you in the bathroom?
Whee!
So cruel to you, aren't I, little boy? There you go. Oh wait! Torturing you! Stop it!
Stop being happy! This is torture!
And take my headphones off to see if I can get it close up.
Let's see if he'll start crying. You fear the whip of the Von Karma. This whip has been passed down through generations. It's like the bull whip and the actual, or like the cattle prod. I can't remember. What's that tiny whip? That's like not actually a whip, but it's like a stick with like a piece of leather on the end, and it just goes like whack. That's a type of whip, right? Because that's what Franziska started out with, and then she got the full-on whip. Is it like a training whip and then a full whip? Let's look this up. Stick with leather on end weapon. Ah, a riding crop. That's what it is.
Well,
Right, that makes sense. I've seen these before. The bigger the ego, the longer the whip. Damn, how long is yours? Like 20 feet? How do you even whip it?
Whip it real good.
Oh, okay, so a riding crop is a type of whip.
Uh-huh. I have a secret ponytail in his pants? What?
But then there's the Cat of Nine Tails, which is basically a, that's the one that you would hear about, like, the monks walking down the street whipping their backs to try and, like, for repentance from God to try and cure the plague. And then there's
Alright, I give up.
Romal reins, which are, that's an interesting type of whip.
I love you, boy.
That's very interesting.
Do you want to switch cats tonight?
Sure.
You ready, little boy? You could just sleep with a boy. Thing. Person. I get to sleep with the monster.
Whips such as the Cat o' Nine Tails and Knout are specifically developed for flagellation, as a means
Long
of
enough to
inflicting
smack you with the
corporal
head.
punishment or torture on human targets. So yes, I was right. The Cat o' Nine Tails is the one that I always see, like, the depictions of the monks with it. They're like, "Forgive us, Lord!" And then they'll, like, say a prayer. They'll be like, "Dominus ominous, fucking begone against Satanus."
The belt as a whip has no class. I agree.
Yeah, pretty much. Long enough to smack me in the head. They don't take the time to get a nice and strong whip.
Little boy, please be careful. Stop! You are getting bigger. Stop getting bigger. Be back to another small little baby boy.
There's nothing to be afraid of anymore. This cross-examination may not change a thing. However, there's a possibility that it will, if you tell the truth.
No.
Very well. I'll testify about what I really saw. Stop chewing on my fingers, little boy.
Von Karma does value human life.
Just as
Exactly.
long as it's
His own life or his daughter's, but only if she makes him proud.
dear little Neo.
All right. All right. The witness may testify once more for the final time. This is her
made you
final
bite your own
testimony?
foot, dumbass.
Uh-oh.
When I arrived, I found Mr. Marshall's body impaled on that suit of armor's sword. Emma and Dark were lying unconscious on the floor nearby.
How does family not count as valuing human life?
I can think of some reasons.
I guess.
I have a bruise on my arm. What the fuck?
I love that Von Karma just admits it. As soon as Yuki says that, he's like, dang, I've got nothing else then. Fuck.
When I saw what happened, I thought she did it. I thought she did it. That's why I erased all the evidence that linked her to the murder. I achieved Gant helped me remove the body from the sword and carry it. I value my ego. But if it all really was a fabrication, Emma might be innocent.
I don't know. An ego can be alive. I guess. Unbelievable! The body was impaled on the armor's sword! You were the only one who saw that. If only you had proof.
Actually, I do have proof.
How does that not count?
I give it to Mr. Wright just this morning.
What? To me?
It's a picture I took of the crime scene as I encountered it. I thought it might be needed.
But I don't remember receiving a picture like that.
Lana must have known. See, Mr. Wright? She really does have faith in you.
Stop biting my arm!
What are the rules that are like, this is what is defined as life? Life definition. Biology. Life is self-reproduction with variables.
Please have a better life than your own.
Okay.
Why are you punching yourself, little boy? Why are you punching yourself?
Come on, just give me the actual fucking definition.
You're so cute.
Here we go. The condition that distinguishes animals and plants from inorganic matter, including the capacity for growth, reproduction, functional activity, and continual change preceding death. Technically, an ego could be considered alive. Just saying. Very well, Mr. Wright. Please present this picture. I don't remember receiving any pictures from Lana.
Lana said she gave it to you this morning, right?
I
Stop biting my hand.
seem to remember getting something from her then.
Let's check that evidence again.
Wow.
There must be a picture in there somewhere.
Oh my god. Oh shit! Whoa! That's a fucking shitty
Whoa.
picture.
I value the life of
When I killed him! Oh my god! Oh my god. Hey! There's a picture here! Oh, now it's not as shitty of a picture.
Oh. Sorry. I was like looking at the picture.
Wow.
Oh. Oh my. This is the actual crime scene.
No other detective saw the crime scene like this. Because I contacted Criminal Affairs only after I had rearranged everything.
Oh, Mr. Wright!
Yeah, it's not as much Von Karma as mental illness as much as he has a shitty personality.
A lot of self-love.
That piece cut off from his vest. Could that be?
The cloth we found inside Chief Gant's safe. What's this?
A hole in the ugly vest and no blood on the cloth. How funny. Ha ha ha.
That is, you know what? That is funny.
That is so. God, I just love the idea that there's a Von Karma ghost just hanging around. Just criticizing every single thing.
I know.
Well, honey,
Right.
this is a
I
hypocrite,
hate
isn't it?
you.
It is
But-
here the whole time.
But make sure to criticize the murderer.
And then Phoenix is just like, there's a lot of negative energy here. What the hell's going on?
They did a bad job.
Oh, that cloth. It had fingerprints on it. Whose
Fuck.
whosever fingerprints those are must be the real murderer. Must be the real murderer.
What? But those fingerprints! They're yours, Emma!
Why are your lips turning all purple, Mr. Wright?
How would they turn purple? Is he like closing his mouth that hard?
I don't know.
Anyway, let's get on with the cross-examination. So long as you tell the truth, we should be able to flush out the real murderer. Very well, the defense may now begin its cross-examination. Whoa. Failed on this. Whoa!
I'm back, bitches.
Come now, Udgy. This is the poorest excuse for a trial I've ever seen.
Chief Gant!
What, now you want to make me out as the bad guy too? If so, I'd like to put in a word or two in my defense.
I'm afraid it's too late for that.
What?
You already declined to testify. That means you forfeited your right to make statements of any sort. This must be that risk we were talking about earlier. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy the sound of the noose tightening around your own neck.
That's
Ugh.
it. That right fucking there. If I was Phoenix, I would have. My knees would have gotten weak.
Yup. I would have had to
But, like,
sit
in a
down
good
for a
way.
moment.
Phoenix would be like,
Emma, give me that chair back.
Get out of that chair, Emma. I think I'm gonna.
Ah, so what? You think I'm worried?
I'm so sorry to interrupt, but I just remembered we have fucking hot dogs and I really want them. I'm gonna eat that after stream.
We do have hot dogs.
Go.
Hot dogs sound really good now.
Yeah.
Sorry to disappoint you, but I don't need to make any statements.
What do you mean?
The evidence will do all the talking for me. Even if I can't testify, I can still present evidence.
Yes, that's true. Wait, you mean you still have some conclusive evidence?
No, I don't. But someone does.
Someone?
So, what's your excuse, Righto? Why have you been keeping quiet about it? You do have something to show us, right? Something that proves who knocked over Neil Marshall, causing his death. Conclusive evidence that leaves no room for doubt.
Is this true, Mr. Wright? If I show that piece of evidence now, Emma's sure to be made out as the murderer. Mr. Wright, if you have any more evidence present it now. And if you try to conceal anything, you will be the one appearing before the Board of Inquiries. What do I do now? I better think this through carefully. I can't afford to make the wrong decision. Should I present that piece of evidence? The one that shows who really killed Prosecutor Marshall?
This happened, right?
Yeah. Someone left behind an oil stain on the fabric. Whoever it was, they must have had a really oily hand.
Hey, Mr. Wright, think about it scientifically.
Huh?
A more likely explanation is a person slipped and fell on a freshly waxed floor, getting wax all over their hand.
Well, that would account for this amount of oil, I guess. I don't see what's so scientific about it, though.
It happens, you know. I always slip on the floor at school after they're waxed.
Speaking of school, what the fuck is she doing out of school right now?
Being accused for murder.
Ah, shit. I don't know if I should... Yeah, it was cut off before the guy died. That's important to note. Because look at the blood. The blood clearly shows it should have been fucking covered.
Uh-huh.
So I need to present this.
The photo?
No, the evidence.
Okay, cool. Okay, go.
Yes, Your Honor. I do have further evidence.
All right, the time's finally come to show it to them. Those prints have gotta be the chief's.
Now then, let's see this conclusive evidence. The evidence that shows who actually murdered Prosecutor Marshall. It's a piece of leather cloth. Yes, it most likely was cut from the victim's vest near his chest. What's this? There's a big handprint on it.
Surely it must have been left on the cloth by whoever shoved the victim into the sword.
What? Whose fingerprints are on this?
I'm sure Righto has checked, haven't you?
Well, whose are they? They're Miss Sky's. Miss Emma Sky's.
What? They're mine? So I really did do it.
See? I told you it was conclusive.
But this was found in your safe. That means it's possible you forged it.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't remember any cloth in my safe. Do you really expect me to believe that?
Fuck you. Ow!
You're always free to join the Discord and submit it there.
I was gonna make a joke, Hannibal.
But give it up, Wright. It's over. You shouldn't have presented that. By presenting that evidence, you tied Emma Sky to Neil Marshall's death. No. It appears we have our killer. No! No! Everything hinged on that point. In the end, Lana alone was found guilty on all counts. Whoops! Good thing I saved. Conceal, don't feel, don't let it show. Your Honor, I don't have any evidence I can present at this point in time.
What? You lie!
Chief Gant?
You opened my safe! I know you took what was inside. The conclusive evidence!
I don't know what you're talking about.
What's that song from?
What song?
Oh, never mind. It's from my game. Anyways,
Mr. Wright, why don't you show them? Mr. Wright.
she'd probably say like that. I never thought of that.
Oh shoot! Are you a Spy Family fan? That's cool. That's a good series. God damn it, that's so funny. And there's more Cyber Dragons. Ooh.
Oh my god, I've been a Discord member since 2016. Really?
You've seen this already, yes.
Oh my god.
You looked at this like yesterday or even earlier today.
Shut up! Shut up!
That's a good picture.
Anyways.
You said this line, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
We found it together.
Oh, I see. It's because you know the truth, don't you? You know whose
Yes.
fingerprints are on it. That's why you won't present it.
Yes.
What are you talking about, Chief Gant?
Can't you figure it out? Take a good look at this picture. See the victim's vest? Notice anything odd about the chest area?
It looks like it's part of it. It looks like part of it's been cut out for some reason.
You mean you had this in your safe?
What? That means you, the chief of police, have been concealing evidence. This is going to be the biggest scandal in the history of the police department.
Impressive. To be honest, I didn't think you had the gall, Righto. Well, I can't just let you pin me up as the murderer. I'll tell you what really happened.
What? You mean you admit to it?
I was the first person to arrive at the crime scene that day. It then occurred to me that I could use this.
Sorry, I had to yawn.
It then occurred to me that I could use the situation to control Lana.
So you really were manipulating her.
I knew Lana. If I made it look like the blame lay with her sister, that when she saw the scene, she would ask me for my aid.
So, you assisted Miss Sky. I forgot that was me for a moment.
I told her to arrange all the evidence. I had her plant the knife tip in the victim's body and move the body across the room. What?
Just the shit they said.
And I ended up using that evidence to get Joe Dark convicted.
Oh yeah, it's that picture. The defense attorney not understanding how he's losing to me. Me who's been eating the evidence when he's not looking.
Those are good. You might want to move them into the beatfunny.jpg channel though.
When I tampered with the crime scene, I hid 2 pieces of evidence. This was before Lana arrived at the scene, mind you.
2 pieces of evidence? You mean those items in your safe?
But why?
For insurance, of course.
Insurance?
I was sure my plan would work, but it's always best to be prepared for the worst. I wasn't about to let anyone blame me for a murder that girl committed.
You mean you were calculating that far ahead while forging the evidence?
What do you take me for? A fool? I didn't make police chief by dumb luck. See this jar fragment? I hid the most legible part of Emma's name. I didn't expect Lana to go and wipe the blood off all the pieces.
But if you fabricated all the evidence, what's to say you didn't fabricate the message on this jar, too?
Ho ho ho. Some people just don't know when to quit, do they? That's why I kept one more item for insurance.
You mean that piece of cloth?
Come on, Righto. Cough it up already. I know you have it.
What are you waiting for, Mr. Wright?
So you admit to it then, Chief Gant? That you were hiding the cloth you cut off the victim's vest in your safe?
Yes, I admit it. I didn't want to have to do that, being chief and all. But it's a lot better than being portrayed as a murderer.
Well, Mr. Wright, what do you have to say for yourself?
Oh, geez, the screen.
Just a moment ago, you said you didn't have any evidence you could present.
Foolish move, Righto. You should have shown it then before it was too late.
It's been a long battle. But the moment of truth has finally arrived. As long as I don't mess up here, victory is mine. Your Honor, I do have evidence to present now. I should save real quick. Alright then, let's see this conclusive evidence. The evidence that shows who actually murdered Prosecutor Marshall. Do I show the cloth now? Do I show the picture? What do you think?
What?
Cloth or picture?
I think it's the picture.
Mr. Edgeworth, your opinion, please? I think Mr. Wright's humor has improved, at the expense of his defense. Better polish up your defense, Mr. Wright.
Come on, Mr. Wright, what the fuck?
Remember that thing with the murderer's handprints on it, don't you? Yeah, but like...
There's no way around it, Mr. Wright. Now let's try this one more time. Your Honor... Here. Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut out this piece of the victim's vest.
Oh, yes! At last you finally brought it out into the open.
There's a handprint on this piece of cloth.
Your Honor, the prosecution requests that be immediately sent to the lab for analysis.
Well, Von Karma was right. Should have done the cloth. I thought the picture as well, though.
This handprint on the leather. There must have been a strong impact for it to be left so clearly.
You mean...
It could not have been forged. It must be authentic, conclusive evidence. Oh, you're as slow on the uptake as ever, Worthy.
What?
Think about it. Righto had all this time to present this evidence. Yet he was reluctant to do so. Why would that be?
You mean you already know? You know whose fingerprints are on that?
Mr. Wright, do you really know? You really know, little boy?
Whoever the fingerprints belong to must be the real murderer. Whose fingerprints are they? Very well. I'll tell you. It should be okay now. Everything's proceeding as predicted. The person whom these fingerprints belong to is... Emma? Emma Skye?
What? They're mine?
I'm sorry, Emma. You good?
But why?
I'm reading this shit. This.
Why didn't you tell me?
Oh! You're really something, Righto. You knew this girl did it all along, and you still tried to pin the murder on me.
So it's true. Tragic, but true. This girl really did shove Prosecutor Marshall to his death.
Hold it! How could you? You monster!
Miss Skye.
You knew whose fingerprints those were all along. Yet you acted like she really didn't.
Miss Skye, it's not over yet.
What?
They used her unconscious body to make the print. Gant used her unconscious body before Lana got there. And since he was there before, there was a good chance he was the murderer. I think she did shove... Here's what I think. She shoved Marshall. Marshall falls, does not die. Gant shows up, sees the print, cuts it out, kills Marshall. I said this trial isn't over yet.
Ha! But I'm afraid it is over, boy. Not only this trial, but your career, too. You purposely concealed this conclusive evidence. That, my friend, is a serious offense. I'm looking forward to pressing charges after the defendant is convicted. I'll have your badge, boy! What's the matter? Cat got your tongue? Aren't you going to tell us how it feels? How it feels to be the one who single-handedly turned a poor little girl into a murderer?
Before I do that, there's just one little thing I have to clear up.
Oh? And what's that?
Who really killed Prosecutor Neil Marshall?
What?
Chief Gant, you are absolutely right. This piece of cloth proves who the real murderer is. Who killed Neil Marshall, you ask?
It was Emma Sky, wasn't it?
Oh.
I'm afraid that's not possible. You see, this piece of cloth contains a critical contradiction.
What? A contradiction? What is this fool babbling about?
I'm talking about a contradiction. One that proves who the real killer is. The next trial will be held to discuss the murder of your sleep ever since you started watching our streams. That's the fun part.
Mr. Wright, this piece of cloth. What could it possibly contradict?
Chief Gant, your tyrannical reign ends here. Behold! What's that meme where they say, like, behold, and they show something?
Behold! Corn!
Is it really
Actually, I don't
something?
know if that's actually the meme, but that's the meme I know of. It's from Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Behold! Murderer! The piece of evidence
Shut
that
your-
contradicts this cloth.
Take that!
Oh,
And what exactly is this supposed to be?
This is the picture Miss Sky took. Take a good look at it. I love being Sassy Phoenix. It's so fun. See where the piece of his vest was cut out?
Yes. His shirt is showing underneath. It's hard to make out with all the blood on his vest, though.
Exactly my point. His chest is soaked with blood. That's only natural. His lungs, no doubt, were punctured. Blood poured out of his mouth.
Oh, but that piece of cloth. Wait, there's no blood on it. Ugh!
Since Emma Sky's fingerprints are on this cloth, there's no doubt that she shoved the prosecutor aside. However, Mr. Marshall was not impaled on the sword at that time.
No! This is nonsense!
Now then, Chief Gant, let me ask you something. Prosecutor Marshall was not impaled when he was shoved aside. He most likely hit his head on the ground and was knocked out. If so, then tell me, who could it have been? Who could have arrived at the scene before Miss Lana Sky picked up the unconscious prosecutor and impaled him on the armor's sword?
Ugh.
Then, to make it look like Emma was responsible for the prosecutor's death, said person proceeded to write her name on the jar with the victim's blood. A jar that they then broke on purpose to leave behind a clue. And make Lana believe her sister did it. Remember what you admitted only moments ago? That you personally cut out this bloodless piece of the victim's vest? Ironic, isn't it? Through the very act of creating insurance, you proved that you were the actual murderer.
No! It's finally all over.
God damn it.
I
was gonna say something.
That was close, Righto. You almost had me. Sorry, but you'll have to do better than that. I refute your allegations.
What do you mean you refute his allegations?
You see, that piece of cloth is illegal evidence.
Order! Order! What nonsense is this?
Illegal evidence cannot be used to convict a suspect. Remember, Aji? Earlier, old Righto here concealed that piece of cloth. So then...
Fucking quit it with the flashbacks! It had no value before the photo was shown. I guess. Well, that's true. The defense did
Well, yeah,
refuse to
because-
present evidence.
Yeah, because the two rules are like what is it? It's something something, and then it has to be relevant to the case.
Well, it is relevant.
Yeah, exactly. That's our proof.
At that moment, that piece of cloth ceased to be legal evidence.
But that's not fair!
Did you actually think you could best me in court? It looks like the last laugh's on you, son.
I'm afraid Mr. Gant's claim is legally correct. Well, Mr. Edgeworth?
True, illegal evidence cannot be used to convict a person. Assuming, of course, that the evidence is indeed illegal.
Well, Mr. Wright?
It seems, at last. It doesn't prove anything before the photo was presented. Well, that's not the rule, though. The rule is specifically, it has to be approved by the police, or it has to be relevant to the trial at hand. This cloth is currently relevant to the trial at hand. So even if the police do not approve it, I can submit it and it be used. It seems, at last, the time for me to reveal my plan has finally arrived.
Mr. Wright, do you admit to it? That you purposefully and illegally concealed this piece of cloth?
No, if I admit to that, all my planning will have been for nothing.
Seems Mr. Wright didn't understand the implication of his conduct.
If you're going to change your position, this is your only chance, Wright. He's right. I admit, I refused to present it at one point.
Aha! So the evidence is illegal.
No, it isn't, Mr. Gant.
Oh,
It's not that I didn't present evidence then. It's that I couldn't.
What do you mean you couldn't?
There are certain procedures involved when presenting evidence.
no, Aji, don't listen to his lies. He's nothing but a coward. You can't really believe.
There is only one issue left to be resolved in this trial. Is this evidence legal or not?
Very well, let us settle this once and for all. Earlier, you refused to present evidence. If you can prove your conduct was not in violation of the law, then do so now.
This is my proof, Your Honor. Evidence law.
What's this?
I've done my homework too, Chief. Indeed, Emma Sky's fingerprints were on this piece of cloth. However, at that point in time, this was merely a piece of cloth. Nothing more.
What?
You see, it's written right here in this book. The second rule of evidence law.
Rule number 1. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department.
I found this piece of evidence myself, inside your safe. It goes without saying I did not have approval from the police department.
Rule number 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial.
And here's the crux of the matter. You see, at the time it was impossible for me to prove the relevance between the cloth and the SL9 incident.
What? What kind of nonsense is this? You want relevancy? Just take one look at this picture and...
Sorry, but can you recall, when was that picture presented? That was shown only a few moments ago.
No.
He's right. At the beginning of today's trial, that piece of cloth was still meaningless. The person who gave it value as evidence was you, Damon Gant.
You yourself confessed to a certain truth.
Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut out this piece of the evidence vest, of the victim's vest?
Oh, yes. No.
It was then that you approved this cloth as conclusive evidence.
Yes, you, the chief of police, personally approved this cloth.
The only person who could have cut this from the victim's vest is the one who stood before Prosecutor Marshall in his final moments. In other words, the real murderer. And there's only one person who that could be.
Damon Gant! The killer was you! No.
Fine.
I knew I should have gotten rid of him. That good-for-nothing scum. For 2 years, he's been snooping around the department, trying to get something on me. Crimes are being committed every day, yet he insisted on hounding me.
You should kill Gant. Well, your crime wasn't exactly petty.
He wanted to reinvestigate the case. He recruited Angel Starr, then convinced Bruce Goodman.
Detective Goodman?
Yeah, that's right. If the evidence is transferred, I'll lose my only chance to find out the truth. Please, you've got to help me. Goodman turned him down, as he ought to. Still, Jake Marshall didn't know when to quit.
He stole Goodman's ID card and tried to take the evidence.
Goodman came to me that day. He wanted to file a lost item report. I went with him to the evidence room. Then all of a sudden he decided to speak out. What are you talking about, Goodman?
Can you please reopen the investigation, Chief? We can't transfer the evidence out. There are too many questions left unanswered. Sam, I wasn't expecting to be put in an Ace Attorney game. That was like the closest I think I've ever gotten to fucking like Sam and Max voice.
Yeah.
He opened his evidence locker, and as he was taking the evidence out, he said,
"It's not too late. I'm going to hand all this over to Marshall."
Well, to be honest, I was a bit taken aback by his words. I had a bad feeling when he came to see me, but I never thought he'd bring up SL9. That's when I saw it, that accursed knife. I couldn't just pull it out. Doing so would have only led to more blood, making it near impossible to hide your crime. Even so, the blood was just pouring out. I didn't know who might stumble in, so I hurried to wipe it up. I was worrying so much about the floor, I didn't realize my fatal mistake.
The bloody handprint. On Detective Gumshoe's locker.
I used to be known as the crime computer. But everyone has to start somewhere, I guess. I was too nervous. I had no business doing any of it.
Then you put the body in my car.
I'm sorry, I couldn't think of any other way to move the body. I broke your trunk, but what's the big deal? You make a lot more than us detectives ever will. Gah.
Leaving the prosecution's car aside, how? How could you get Miss Sky involved in all of this?
Well, she had as much to lose as I did if the truth came out.
So you took the evidence from Detective Goodman's locker.
I felt bad for having to do it. I also didn't have the time to pick and choose what to take.
So, you left the jar fragments and the glove.
Yeah. It looks like I was better off being an investigator of crimes than a committer.
Damn, dude.
They all did their best to get in my way. I've got to hand it to them. They do their jobs well. Much to my dismay.
Fake evidence doesn't hold up very well upon close inspection. You must have known that.
Tell me, Worthy, why do you stand in court?
Me?
You despise criminals. I can feel it. You and me, we're the same. One day you'll understand. Oh, believe me, you will. You're just one man. You'll see what it really takes to bring them down once you try to go it alone. Well, looks like it's time to say goodbye. Oh, Aji.
What?
Looks like we'll have to cancel
Oh,
that
baby boy,
lunch
I'm
date.
sorry, I scared him.
Aw, what'd you do?
I just made a sound and it woke him up.
Aw.
Sorry, old friend.
I'm sorry too, Damon Gant. I knew you as you used to be long ago. You were once a fine investigator, and an example to others on the force. I'm sorry to learn that you are no longer that person.
Those days are gone now, Aji. Thanks for all the memories, though.
Ooh, they do have a secret history that I don't want to know about.
Don't worry, you'll be fine. Now you have Righto here. And Worthy. With these two around, you can't go wrong. In fact, I can hear them already. The melodious sounds of a new beginning. Ha 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 ha!
There are two things I want you to understand.
Yes?
First, your sister never hurt anyone. Second, Damon Gant betrayed you from the beginning. You see, Miss Sky, you no longer have any reason to keep silent.
You're right. When this trial is over, I'll tell everything. All that I've done these past 2 years. From the time I had Gant help me forge evidence, up until today.
So, it seems all the questions raised in this trial have been answered. I'm sorry, Miss Sky. I couldn't get you out of all your trouble.
My. What high standards you have for a rookie.
Hmm?
I can see why Maya, really. I can see why Mia thought so highly of you. Who knows? A few years from now, you just might make it to the top.
She smiled!
Yay! I owe you my thanks, Mr. Wright.
Miss Sky?
That was adorable. And to you too, Mr. Edgeworth. You've suffered every bit as much as I have over these past few days. Believe me, I know how much of an ordeal it's been for you.
It was nothing. Liar.
I was worried the pressure might break you. And yet, you rose above it all and guided Mr. Wright to victory. You've done well, Mr. Edgeworth.
Stop it! I only did my job.
Aww, you got embarrassed because you got praised.
He's like Chopper.
Uh-huh.
Shut up! It's not like I like you or anything. That's what Chopper sounds like every time you compliment him.
That's cute.
Shut up! Why would I want praise from a stupid human? They're all evil and everything.
That was him in the beginning, because he hated people.
Yeah.
In light of this case... Chopper doing a Chopper dance? Yeah, pretty much. It seems a good self-examining is in order for all of us. Miss Sky.
Yes, Your Honor.
You are innocent of murder. However, although the chief blackmailed you, the fact is you still acted as his accomplice. A trial will be scheduled for these crimes at a later date.
Yes. I understand, Your Honor.
Is there something amusing about all of this? Why are you smiling?
It's been a long time, Your Honor. A long time since I felt free of these heavy chains.
And then she died and went to heaven.
Right?
Well, this trial has gone on far too long already. Regarding the charge of murder, this court finds the defendant, Miss Lana Sky, not guilty! Yes! Yeah! Ah! We did it! We're finally fucking done!
Yay!
That is all. This court is adjourned. If Robin can make any part of her body, then does that mean she can make organs? What about just skin and no limbs or stuff? I mean, probably. That'd be creepy, though. I think that would be a bit too dangerous, though. Because remember the fact that any damage done to those organs is also done to her? So say that person gets shot and killed, like she donates a heart that she creates, and that person gets shot in the heart and killed, she's gonna be shot in the heart and killed. So, you know. At long last, it's finally over. Emma? Why the long face? I'm sorry your sister didn't get completely off the hook, but at least she wasn't convicted for a murder she didn't commit.
No, that's not it. Just now, after the trial ended.
See what my face does.
You did
God
good.
damn it, I said Maya again.
Fuck it, go with it. It's Maya. Cool.
I am at the end of the rat.
You gotta go back to the grave. Alright.
Yeah, Mr. Edgeworth.
Oh, it's only 11 at night for you? Dude, it's past midnight here.
You have every bit as much as I have with these Crash figures. We literally just read this.
I know.
Done one.
Good night, Von Karma. Thanks for tuning in.
Bye!
We'll see you for our next trial, Von Karma. I didn't mean to open that. Goodbye, Spirit of Von Karma. Goodbye! And he floats away and he's like, go fuck yourself.
No, I like to imagine he goes down.
Yeah. I said floats away. He can float in different directions. Hey, Yuki, you're still here. I figured you were. Fuck you all. And right before his hands go under the ground, it's just 2 middle fingers. Hey, no worries. It's fine to lurk. Did you say this line?
No.
Okay.
No, I did my best too. But Lana didn't say a single word to me.
He's been busy.
Hoping I'm not interrupting anything, pals.
Jesus Christ, are you autistic or something? Read the fucking room. Beat.
Oh my god. Aw, Von Karma hates us all.
Yay!
Yay! Oh, guess I am. I'll come back later. Stop me. Detective Gumshoe, get the fuck back here. You're doing this on purpose, aren't you? Making a detective run all around while on duty. And to top it off, call me here. I've seen happier people at funerals. Stop fucking saying that. Aw, he hates us all equally. Hey, lighten up, pals. I'm only kidding.
Oh, are you here because of my sister again?
Nope, not this time. I came today because of you, pal.
Me?
That's right. I thought you'd like to see someone. Aw, he said goodbye to Von Karma. They flipped each other off. Maybe they can be friends someday.
That's literally us.
Yeah, you're right. Should you be doing this? She's still under arrest, you know. Well, I won't tell if you won't.
Emma, I owe you an apology. Yeah, it's gonna be one of these scenes where it's really girl heavy and I have to talk.
It's okay, sis. Don't worry about it.
That day, 2 years ago. I swear to God, if I see a flashback, I will punch you.
I will destroy this game.
Uh-huh.
What?
That's the sound she makes.
God damn it!
Was the first time in my life I ever panicked. It was all I could do to keep myself from screaming. All I could think about was keeping you from getting wrapped up in that mess.
Sis.
Why do I say it like that?
Sis.
I asked Gant to help me cover up the truth. I thought I was doing it for your sake. But now I realize I was wrong. I changed after that day. I had to. It was the only way I could make it through the past 2 years.
It was the only way I could make it through the past season of our lives.
I knew how much I was hurting you by distancing myself. But I couldn't bring myself to tell you what I did. I was scared. Scared that you'd look at me with those eyes of yours. I was scared of how you'd react if you knew.
But sis, you're only doing it for me. You're only doing it for me.
No.
Huh?
God, the
I
ending
turned
of
my
this
back
game
on
is
you
so
that day.
long.
Yeah, that's why I asked to start early. In hiding what I believe to be the don't rub on the microphone. In hiding what I believed to be the truth, I was deceiving you.
Sis. All I can say of you.
I'm such
God.
a fool.
Damn, I can only see your name and sis!
Animal, you're very sleepy. It took me all this time to realize it. Realize. La la la. Emma, I'm so sorry.
But sis, you don't have to apologize. I'm happy now.
You're happy. This emotion does not compute.
I smiled, but that was not happiness. That was relief.
Oh, of course!
Of course. You know, sis, I always knew that one day you'd come back. And now you have.
Oh, Emma. Emma.
Aw, I like that this is the picture to end this case. No one can change the past. The only thing we can do is strive to make up for our mistakes. Why must we make up for our mistakes, you ask? Because in so doing, we can find the way back to our rightful path. And it is from there that we can move on toward a brighter future. At least, that's what I felt watching the two sisters make up.
Mr. Wright, Mr. Gumshoe,
Me?
thank you both. Thank you both for all that you've done. I'm sure we'll meet again someday. Don't think we ever do. Isn't that right, Edgeworth?
Edgeworth?
Stop hiding and come over here.
Hmm. Where was he hiding? He was like crouched over behind the couch, between the couch and the plant. I just came to say, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth.
Right. Well, I'll be going now.
Mr. Edgeworth, I hope you don't blame yourself for what happened.
Uh,
We were the ones who acted corruptly, not you. Corruptly.
It's too late for me. No matter what anyone may say, I realized today that I can't correct my mistakes.
I'm fucking Christ, just say the name.
Mr. Edgeworth.
Not only that, but I don't even trust myself anymore. Chief Gant was right. You despise criminals. I can feel it. You and me. We're the same. Oh. I do you understand. Oh, believe me, you will. You're just one man. You'll see what it really takes to bring them down once you try to go it alone. I do despise criminals. I plan to dedicate my entire life to fighting them. But
in order to fight crime on my own, I'd need a weapon. It's scary, but I've known that to be true for quite some time now. But Edgeworth, who knows? Who knows? Given enough time, I might have tried to pull something like Chief Gant did. That thought terrifies me. That's why I can't continue on as a prosecutor.
Edgeworth, don't you understand? Damon Gant and your mentor.
Manfred von Karma.
Shh, don't summon him back. He went to bed.
Manfred von Karma. Were both the best of the best when it came to fighting crime. But they both made the same mistake. They got old. You said in order to fight crime on my own, I'd need a weapon. That may be true, but think back to today's trial. You weren't alone.
Oh.
You were working together with Mr. Wright. And because of that partnership, that's what we're going to call it right now, we were able to present evidence that otherwise would have gone undiscovered. Isn't that right, Mr. Wright?
Huh? What? Oh, yeah. What is this, a pop quiz?
What the fuck? Were you not paying attention?
What the fuck? Were you not paying attention? Well, Mr. Wright, show what Vaughn is talking about. Don't rub on my headphones.
Evidence, huh? Some that neither Edgeworth nor I would have been able to find on our own. I know what it is. It's this one.
That's the picture I drew.
Our counterattack began with this. You had one half of the evidence list, and I had the other. Apart, we wouldn't have been able to completely restore him as picture.
That didn't just happen by chance, Mr. Edgeworth.
It's time for me to go.
Fuck you.
Mr. Edgeworth.
If you'll excuse me, and if you could learn more words than just the names of those around you, there are still some loose ends that need wrapping up. Take care, Chief Prosecutor. He didn't even say goodbye to me. Edgeworth! What will you do now? Well, whatever you do, just remember. You can let what happened kill the prosecutor in you, or you can let it help you grow. In the end, it's up to you. I know. It seems I owe you my thanks too, right?
Yeah?
But what I face now is my problem.
Ah!
Edgeworth, I'll be waiting for you in court. Farewell.
Don't touch the tablet.
He walked on my computer earlier. I was kind of mad at him.
Yeah.
I'd better be going too. Okay. They'll be by to visit soon. It seems we both have a lot to learn, and catching up to do.
This is literally an Anna and Elsa kind of situation.
It really is.
Here, this is a little something for you. Pac-Man.
Waka waka.
Scientific investigation.
I think it's a duck.
No, it probably is. It's just I'm not sitting right in front of the tablet.
It's the first wrong voice. It's the first book I ever bought. Study it well. Costed me $30 fucking.
It cost me $60 in college. I was unable to return it.
Right?
I will.
Ah. And so, another case came to a close. As for the sisters, I have faith. Faith that their
Faith that
lives...
we'll never see them again.
Well, faith that I'll see one of them again, not the other one.
Yeah.
But, even then, very low likelihood of seeing that first one, and I'm not gonna see him that much. Like, dear Lord, he gets like 2 games to see her again. And, like, fucking, she had the chance to be in a 3rd game, and they decided, no, it needs to be a different detective that nobody fucking likes. I've only just begun. And as for me, I think it's time I start on a new journey of my own. One where I'm a broke attorney. A journey to rediscover myself.
And I get a lot of kids.
Well, don't go tricking off just yet, pal. Huh? What is it, detective? There's just a little matter to be resolved about the chief prosecutor. You see, she isn't supposed to be out of jail like this.
But
I thought you said it was okay. Yeah, well, maybe okay with me, but the folks at the prison are a different story. Huh? Basically, I had to bribe a guard in order to sneak her out for 30 minutes. Believe me, it wasn't cheap either. Huh?
way to go, detective! I didn't know you had a wild side.
Yeah, well, you see, Mr. Wright here's the one who will be footing the bill. Huh? What, do you think I could afford it with my salary? You gotta be kidding me, pal. Huh?
Thank you, Mr. Wright. You're the best.
Why is it... I suddenly feel like I want to scream. Hey, I got an idea. Why don't we all go pay it off together?
Yeah, it's a great idea. Come on, guys. Let's go.
Ah!
Oh my god.
Oh my god! We fucking
did
did it!
Ugh.
Aw. Wow. She'll be
cute.
studying under a corner. Aw. Managed to find your way back to the field somehow? Nice. She won't. She's never coming back. Takeshi Yamazaki. Kazuya Nuri. What's Gumshoe up to? Aww. He's still got his job. It'd be worse than firing you. Yep, that's what they said. It just goes to show. Can't shake me off that easily. Aw.
Nope.
He's fucked. Yasuaki Kishimoto and Tatsuya Inomoto. Kojiro Ogawara and Hirochika Nagaki. Kota Fukumachi and Takanori Ishikawa. My new mission is to guard the main entrance and take care of Billy. Can you believe it? I've been demoted to a security guard. My partner's keeping an eye on the entrance for me today. I'll show them, though. Someday I'm going to make detective. Yes, sir. Then I can be just like Dick Gumshoe. Oh, no. That's who you look up to?
Oh goodness.
He's fucked. Shuichi Muramoto, Kyoko Takeda, and Yasuhiro Morita. Koji Aoki, Chie Nakajima, Toshihiko Yamamoto. Wow. Kill it. Burn it. Burn it with fire. Ah! Kill it! Ah! Take an axe to it. Yeah!
Aww.
Fumiaki Sato. Wow, one programmer? Oh no. Hitoshi Sakai, Shiro Makata, and Daisuke Kaneko. What is it? Can't you see I'm having me a showdown with a stake lunge partner? Miss Star managed to sneak this into me. She's seen one of the guards, it seems. Well, cowboy, looks like you did it.
Even gave Bambina back her smile. Can you make sure Billy and the gang get their water?
No. Fuck you.
No.
Akimi Kimura.
God. Looks like we won't be seeing each other for a while. As a farewell gift, I put a new meal on the menu. The right way lunch. The top layer tastes as bitter as defeat, but the bottom layer is as sweet as victory. Kids seem to dig the turnabout theme. It's a hot seller around exam time. Just make sure not to eat it backwards.
That's actually really sweet of her.
Right?
Bin Judd. Oh, localization. Brandon Gay. Kaori Funikoshi. The gays were behind it all along.
Yes.
I'll never forget what that young defense lawyer said after the trial. Let's see, what was his name again? Mr. Left? Anyway, he said he's been doing something or other for, how many years? Well, anyway, I've got another trial to get to, so I'd better be... Huh? Oh, no! I forgot my gavel! Sorry, gotta go.
Untouchable. Oh god. You were so sleepy throughout the whole stream. Now you're gonna fucking be all energized.
Brown Global
Right when I wanna
Solutions,
go to bed.
J. Patrick Riley, Yuli Kim, and Steve Anderson. Yoko Muto, Alexandro Smith, and Philip Soldini. Muto? I don't know.
Nothing suits all like fresh country air. Still, sometimes I do miss hearing you and your objection. Still, I can't go back until I'm a full-fledged spirit medium.
Oh, I know who that is.
Coming! Well, see you around, Nick.
How do you
That's
think
the
you're
wrong
gonna do
voice.
her voice?
Mystic Maya!
I don't know. It's just gonna be it's gonna be
Kimio
so...
Yamazoe,
it's gonna hurt
Ayatama,
me, dude.
fuck. Kaiji Kuburo, Tomohiro Masudo, Setsuo Yamamoto. I missed like two
Masuda.
names. Hideaki Katagiri, Miho Kobayashi. The dragons were behind it too.
Hideaki.
Kentaro Ohiro and Ryohei something. Kitamura? I don't know. Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth. I brought you your tea. What's going on?
It's his confession.
Minae Matsukawa. I love Wright. Tatsuya Minami.
Just says it over and over again, like really creepily.
God, I love him.
Thanks for coming to see me off. I can't believe I'm going to Europe. Thank you, Mr. Wright. Thank you so much for everything. I'm a little sad, but I'll be alright. Whenever I want to see Lana, all I have to do is open this book.
Like reading Rainbow kind of shit.
Wow.
Ducks.
Let's open it up. What's this?
Aww.
She kept a picture.
That's really cute. Look at little kid Maya. Oh, and she's still a little kid, but you know, she's younger.
Maya?
Maya. God fucking damn it.
You're
Fuck
so
this
obsessed with Maya.
I just miss her.
I miss her! Ah, Capcom. Hey!
Yay.
Rise from the ashes! That was still the worst name for one of the trials, I swear. Give it a turnabout name! That's the fucking theme. Trying to figure out who to raid after this. Because we did it! Oh my god, we did it! Fucking finally! Dear Lord, it took so long. Can you believe how long it took us?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it took us a while to get through fucking Danganronpa 2. But guess what's coming up next week? Danganronpa 2! That's right!
I'm already tired.
Look forward to it
God.
next week!
Oh, goodness.
Aren't you excited? I sure am.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
I'll be your headmaster once again. You can call me Monokuma. Doesn't everybody just love me?
Yeah.
Anyways, thanks for tuning in. We're gonna go ahead and raid Kid the Brawler. Good friend of ours now.
Oh, cool.
He's playing Honkai, that new mobile fighting game that I actually heard about just today. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. I will be back on Tuesday, probably with some more Shovel Knight. Eventually we'll get back to Dark Souls, but you know, feeling Shovel Knight now. So look forward to that. And Knight, we did it! Yeah! Goodbye, everybody.
Bye-bye.